root, root, root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Casey knew what to do. Just to cheer up the boys she knew, she made the gang sing this song. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root, root, root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Oh, my. Okay. Hey, now.
Magic, 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 magic. Orioles magic, baby. Magic, magic. O-R-I-O-L-E-S. Magic, 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 magic. Orioles magic, baby. Magic, magic.
Greetings, folks, and welcome to live coverage of a special event here on the Orioles BirdWatcher Channel. It's the World Baseball Classic quarterfinal matchup featuring Team United States against Team Canada, live at Dakin Park in Houston, Texas, home of the Astros. Folks, how you doing? It's your old pal, the BirdWatcher here. People call me BW for short, and that works for me. The United States, after winning their first 3 pool games, decided that the 4th game didn't really matter all that much until they found out that it did. It was quite embarrassing for manager Mark DeRosa and Team USA. They had to sit home in their hotel on the final night of pool stage and just watch to see if the result between Mexico and Italy would go in their favor. There were many scenarios in which the United States could have been knocked out and not even be playing at this stage of the tournament. It would have been a major upset, and it would have magnified the willful ignorance and perhaps a bit of arrogance on behalf of Team USA regarding how they handled pool play. They really did handle it like we're automatically going through, no matter how we handle it, no matter what we do. So we're just going to focus on scripting this entire pool stage. These guys are going to pitch these number of pitches for this many innings at this stage of the ball game with zero, thought about strategy or the fact that run differential means something. But we're going to try to put that all behind us, folks. You know, on the one hand, you could say that any team who enters this tournament and doesn't care about it enough to either understand the rules or to play in such a way to guarantee themselves that they're moving on, maybe doesn't really deserve to continue to move on. But after thinking about it for the past couple of days since that whole thing went down, I said to myself, BW, look, there are a couple of guys on this team or a part of this team like DeRosa that screwed up, but those are individuals. They do not themselves represent this team and this country. It's about the country. It's about the product that Team America can put on the field. And for that reason, I am willing to look past what happened, root this team on. I have a feeling they learned their lesson. I never want to see anything like that again. and I think we won't. I don't think I'll be seeing Mark DeRosa manage this team going forward, even if we went on to win the entire thing. It's just going to be the elephant in the room for his career. It's unfortunate, but hey, maybe it's time to move on for another manager, a manager that perhaps has some experience, or at least puts a staff around him that has some coaching experience themselves. This coaching staff for Team USA is mainly made up of sort of buddies. Your Andy Pettitts, your Matt Hollidays, guys that might have plenty of knowledge, but doesn't necessarily mean that they know how to coach. They don't really have the experience. And I know all about being able to have knowledge up here, but not everybody can relay that knowledge in a constructive way. And that's what a coach's job is, right, folks? Am I sounding too preachy? I might be. We got a long night ahead of us. And I can already tell I'm not even going to be able to watch this game on my TV. It's going to just have to be on my laptop because it keeps cutting in and out over here. All right, there we go. That means I'm not going to really be able to keep an eye on the vertical chat. If you're in the vertical chat, folks, I hope you're doing good. There's nobody there right now. There's hardly anybody in this chat. Folks, we've been averaging some really nice numbers for the World Baseball Classic. We had 8,600 people tune in for Italy versus Mexico, a game that didn't even involve the United States. It was one of the higher attended games on this channel's history. So we do hope for a nice crowd tonight. Let's be sure to welcome all newcomers in to the Charm City chat and the space here. And yeah, let me get this game up here. We are still 7 minutes away from the top of the hour, and once we get there, we're probably another 10 minutes after that. So we got plenty of time. I just like to get on early for these WBC events. We'll go over the pitching matchups and the starting lineups here in just a minute. I just want to make sure this is up in the background. And I'm going to try to, yeah, let's turn that volume down a bit. Now, if I put this here, and then on another window, can I snap that chat in there? Snapchat? All right, let's just close this. Let's just close all of this. Folks, I bought myself the cheapest Chromebook on the market because I only wanted to use this second laptop to watch the game through and not let it zap any juice out of my main laptop here that's running the live stream on my channel. You feel me? I want to keep those two things separate. But I didn't realize a cheap laptop meant that every little function of the laptop would be such a pain in the ass, and it is. I got what I paid for with this thing. It is just, yeah, if you want to click and drag something, forget it. Allow yourself 15 minutes to have to do it. All right, so how do I do this? What is it? New tab, add tab. To new split view. Is this it? Yeah, but how do I split that with this? Okay, there it is. I got it. Well, the problem is now the game is too small. Can we make this split screen? Oh, that works. Oh, okay. Okay, and then the chat is right here. Okay, folks, I'm learning. Hey, I know I'm not saying anything that's worth listening to right now. I'll go over the lineups and the pitching matchups here in just a moment. This game appears to be on Fox, the main Fox channel, and we currently have a college game running down the final few seconds here between St. John's and Seton Hall. St. John's just won. That game just going final score 78-68 to St. John's. If you were interested, now you know. Right. Is there anybody over there? Hey, a super chat. Oh, is that Garrett Family Aquatics? Hey, buddy. Long time no see. How you been, man? Garrett Family Aquatics.
Message for you, son.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
Good to see you, Garrett. Are you ready for another season coming up, my friend? I tell you, if I could return the favor and give you a Magic membership right now, I would. Because you're the kind of guy that I want to be seeing with those binoculars next to your name for the entire season. Folks, I implore all of you to consider helping out the channel by committing 17 cents a ball game to these games. 17 cents, folks. That's less than 2 cents per inning. If you feel like you can afford 17 cents a game, and look, I'm not trying to assume that you can. A lot of people out there, I'm one of them. Every dollar counts. So, you know, if $4 a month is out of your range, it's understandable. I'm not here to shame or any of that, but you folks should be signing up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get one of you today. All right. Here's a starting matchup on the mound for Team USA. The man who began the tournament facing Brazil, I believe, Logan Webb of the San Francisco Giants, sinker ball specialist. He will get the start, right-hander on the mound. And another righty for Team Canada, Michael Soroka, who has spent time on a few clubs, including the Braves, where I think he probably had his best success. He's currently with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Soroka getting the start for Canada. This game, who's the home team for this game, folks? Do you know? I feel like if Canada is the top seed, that they would have home team sort of advantage and get the bat last. I'm going to assume Canada's the home team. So let's go over the visiting team lineup first, even though Team America has been playing in this venue now for an entire week or so. We're still in Houston at Dakin Park. Canada has had to make the trip. Folks, really, when you look at this tournament, so many things are set up to make it easier on the United States. I mean, the fact that they play their pool games in their home country, the fact that when they move on, they don't even have to take a short flight to another venue. The fact that somehow, despite finishing a number 2 seed, they get the weakest 1 seed in this knockout stage. No offense to Canada, but I mean, I don't think you can ask for a better 1 seed to go up against. Would you rather face Canada, Dominican Republic, Japan, or what's the other choice? Puerto Rico? I mean, he'll take Canada all day. So the U.S. very fortunate. They should beat this Canadian team. But the Dominican Republic looked like they would be the next opponent in the semifinal. And folks, Dominican Republic, they're just having fun. It is 7-0 for Dominican Republic in the top of the 4th inning over Korea right now. They have just been obliterating their opponents through this tournament so far, and I took a look at that lineup they've got, and I honestly think it's better than ours. I really do. They got some mashers. Vlad Guerrero Jr., for example, at the moment, it might have changed in the last 10 minutes since I looked, but I just looked a few minutes ago at the lineup card for the Dominican Republic, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. alone is slugging over 1,000. All right, let me just make sure you guys heard that right. Not an OPS over 1,000, which is, you know, A tier, top tier. An OPS over 1,000 means you're an MVP candidate. There's only a handful of guys with an OPS over 1,000. Vlad has a slugging percentage alone. Don't even add the on-base percentage. Don't add those extra 400 points. Just the slugging is at 1,000. The team is just absolutely sick, that lineup. And Paul Skeens, I believe, is scheduled to start that game if we do get that far. That's what it's going to come down to. Can Paul Skeens shut down a Dominican Republic lineup? Remember, folks, now that we're in this stage of the tournament, the maximum pitch limit for pitchers appearing in the game has moved up. It was a 65 pitch limit for the pool stage. It is now 85 pitches. So Paul Skeens, if he does pitch against the Dominican Republic in the next round, if we can beat Canada, Skeens will have an opportunity to go 5 or 6 innings. And if he's on his A game, good pitching always defeats good hitting, folks. So there's a good chance that at least for the first 2/3 of the game, that the U.S. can keep this Dominican Republic lineup, at bay. And then it's going to be up to that bullpen. If Skeens can get you 6, that shortens things up for the pen. Maybe go to Bednar for 1 inning. Gabe Spear, probably your best lefty reliever in that pen for an inning, playing matchups, and then bring on Mason Miller for the 9th. That's how I would look at it. But again, that would be me scripting the outcome. Of course, as the game goes on, something might change, and maybe I'd want to not go that direction. But yeah, we're hoping Paul Skeens. Again, this is all hinging on. I don't want us to assume too much, folks. We got to take care of business against Canada, and I am not taking this lineup or this matchup for granted at all. Not at all. Not after what I saw against Italy. All right, let's go over these lineups for the visiting United States. I'm assuming they're the road team. Bobby Witt Jr. will lead off and play shortstop. Bryce Harper is at first base and batting second. Aaron Judge will hit third and play right field. Kyle Schwarber, the DH and cleanup hitter. Alex Bregman at third base will bat fifth. Roman Anthony, who's started every game in this tournament, he's in left field hitting sixth. Cal Raleigh will do the catching and bat seventh. Bryce Terang is at second base hitting eighth. And the one change from the opening game of this tournament against Team Brazil is the one change that I predicted. Byron Buxton takes a seat. Pete Crow Armstrong will bat ninth and play center field. PCA was responsible single-handedly for giving the U.S. some opportunity to come back against Italy in that loss to the Italians with a couple of home runs. And, it's just an additional left-handed bat against a righty starter for Canada over a guy like Buxton. But, folks, it's a strong bench. Buxton available. If they do bring in a lefty to face Crow Armstrong later, you got Buxton. If they bring in a righty maybe later to face, I don't know, Bregman, and you rather go to Gunnar Henderson, we got Gunnar Henderson, a left-handed masher on the bench available. Plenty of firepower in the lineup. It's going to come down to the pitching. Logan Webb is going to start this thing. I don't know how much is planned in terms of who to go to versus, are we now just going to, we've had a day and a half off or whatever. I would hope that most of the bullpen arms are available. But I don't know if they have a strategy already pre-planned as in terms of who to go to or what. Hopefully they'll actually manage this game. And just when the situation calls for it, get the guys up you need. And when you need to bring them in, bring them on in. Don't wait. Win or go home. Okay, here's the lineup for Team Canada. I almost forgot. Otto Lopez will lead off and play shortstop. Josh Naylor is at first base batting second. Baltimore's own Tyler O'Neill, a.k.a. Popeye,
Ahoy there! Anybody home?
He's in right field and batting third. Owen Casey is in left field. The Cubs prospect is the cleanup hitter. And Abraham Toro, who's been very, very productive in this tournament so far, he's batting fifth and playing third base. Tyler Black will DH and bat sixth. He's an infielder, I think still with the Brewers, if I'm not mistaken. Left-handed batter. Bo Naylor, another left-handed bat and brother of Josh. He is doing the catching, hitting seventh. Denzel Clark, a center fielder from the A's, is batting eighth. And Edward Julian, left-handed bat, playing second base and hitting ninth in the order. Julian, a player for the Minnesota Twins. So that's Lopez, Josh Naylor, O'Neill, Casey, Toro, Black, Bo Naylor, Clark, and Julian for Team Canada. Hey, Ken Rosenthal's got his bow tie for a cause. Great. We're now using the bow tie for causes. All right there, Ken. We get it. Ken Rosenthal is convinced he invented the bow tie, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Checking in on Dominican Republic, bottom of the fourth. They are up 7-0. Just to give you an idea, folks, of this Dominican lineup. Fernando Tatis Jr. leading off. Ketel Marte bats second. Juan Soto hits third. Guerrero, the cleanup hitter. Machado batting fifth. Caminero, the DH. Julio Rodriguez batting seventh. Agustin Ramirez does the catching. And Geraldo Perdomo batting ninth at shortstop. Tatis so far in the tournament is batting .467. Juan Soto's hitting .333. Caminero's batting .375. Oh, here's O'Neill Cruz up to pinch hit for Junior Caminero. O'Neill Cruz is batting 1,000 in this tournament. Probably just a handful of at-bats, pinch hitting like he is right now. Yeah, this lineup, again, Vlad's hitting .500. It's just disgusting. Yeah, Canada doesn't have a whole lot of depth, and, top half of the order is capable of doing damage. Abraham Toro has had a really nice beginning to the tournament. We are about ready for first pitch. Soroka getting the ball, and I'm going to go full screen over here if I can. Maybe I can't. I'd like to, in theory. Okay, we're full screen. Folks, we are ready for USA versus Canada. First pitch of the ball game. Here it is. Top of the zone for a called strike to Bobby Witt Jr. Oh, Casey is now with Miami. Okay. So, he was part of the deal for Edward Cabrera? Wow. Marlins got themselves another quality player there. Someone in the vertical chat was making a good point about Raleigh getting the start over Smith. Smith is hitting over 300, and Raleigh is hitless so far in the WBC. So you think Smith would have been the better choice to go to? I mean, it's tough. They've been basically alternating, right? I don't think either has made 2 starts in a row. But Raleigh, I guess this is the second in a row because they had the time off. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Witt, and he fouls it back. But, I mean, what? Raleigh's played 2 games? So he's had a couple of games and hasn't delivered yet. I think, Bryce Harper didn't get off to the best start either. Does that mean I want to go to Goldschmidt instead, who did have a pinch hit, I believe? Not a pinch hit, but a hit in his start against Italy? No. Anyway, Bobby Witt Jr., he's hitting .357 in the tournament so far. He's leading off with a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, that's fouled away. So 6 pitches already to the first man in the game. Yeah, Tarek Skubal. I mean, he came in to pitch 3 innings. 3 innings. And that's his tournament. Gunnar over Bregman is the change I'd personally make. Maybe they just don't want to screw around putting Bregman at second base, but all reports say that he can play second fine. But I would have taken Terang out. I would have taken Terang out and used him later, not only as a guy who can pinch hit, but can pinch run. You know, you might want Terang to come in to run for a guy like Bregman at some point in the game. 3-2 pitch is outside for ball 4. It is a leadoff walk to Bobby Witt Jr., a 9-pitch at bat, and a very positive start for Team USA drawing that walk. 9 pitches, Soroka probably already working up a sweat by the time he gets to the second batter.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
Here is Bryce Harper. One of the omissions against Team Italy that a lot of people questioned the mindset of Mark DeRosa and just felt like it was more evidence that the manager didn't really understand that the team had not yet clinched its ticket to the knockout stage. Harper on 0-1 fouls it off. No balls and 2 strikes. Gunnar is not in the lineup tonight there, Edward. It's the same lineup from the opening game of the tournament. The only change is Pete Crow Armstrong in center field for Byron Buxton. That ball's lifted to center field and deep. Going back to the warning track. At the wall, a leaping grab up against the wall. Robbing a would-be extra bases. That is Denzel Clark, and he knows how to go get it in center field. That ball was hit a long way. Denzel Clark made that look easy. Harper retired, 1 out, with Witt still at first base. Soroka with the fist pump. Here's Aaron Judge, blowing away to him for ball 1. Oh, looks like I need to adjust the info here. Sorry. And also the lighting is changing as we go with the sunlight coming up over here where I am. So if I start to turn more and more pink, don't worry. You don't need to call an ambulance for me. This is normal. Just the sun battling the artificial studio light in here. We got a 2-0 count on Judge now. And the pitch, that's a line drive down the left field line, a base hit. It'll roll up against the wall. A bobble over there, but Witt Jr. is sliding into third base as it happens. It's a double for Judge, and he is very animated over there at second base, trying to fire up this crowd. It's a double for the U.S., second and third with 1 out.
Splish, splash, I was taking a bath.
And that'll get Schwarber up. Schwarbomb. Schwarber. Big RBI opportunity here. Second and third, 1 out. First pitch is a ground ball to the right side. The infield is in. The first baseman, oh my. The ball went to first base. It deflected to the second baseman, and then both realized, where do we go with this ball? The second baseman started to go to first to get the only out. But the pitcher was coming over to cover as well, so by the time the play at first was made, 3 Canadians were all basically standing on top of each other. Meanwhile, coming in to score on the RBI ground out is Bobby Witt Jr. The U.S. have taken a 1-0 lead.
6th turnover.
Oh, hey now.
Purdue cash in again.
Quiet, you. Settle down now. With 2 down, a runner at third base, Aaron Judge. And the batter with an 0-1 count after a foul ball there is Alex Bregman at the plate. 0-1 is popped up. Second base side. Couple steps onto the outfield grass. The catch is made by Julian, and the inning is over. But the United States get on the board in the opening frame. Bobby Witt reached on a walk, and Aaron Judge drove him in with, Aaron Judge hit a double to get Witt the third. Corbett with the RBI ground out. At the end of half an inning, it's the United States 1 and Canada coming up. All right. How we doing, folks? Yeah, don't hit it to Clark. Clark? It'll be Otto Lopez, Josh Naylor, and Tyler O'Neill due up for Canada in the bottom of the first against Logan Webb. Logan Webb. All right, folks, if you don't mind, do hit that like button. There are twice as many people in the room right now than there are likes. That tells me that several of you have yet to do it, and that's okay. That's what this friendly, gentle reminder is for. To ask that you please help out the channel by simply tapping that thumbs up at the bottom of your screen. We can get those likes up to 20 before the next pitch. I believe in you. I believe in you. So what should I do? No, it's not going to be a regular segment, no, but thanks for the suggestion. This channel is not about him. Okay? What you're doing is giving him delusions of grandeur that his involvement on my channel is the only reason why people tune in. We don't need him, Noel. We have plenty of fun around here without him. Okay? Thanks. All right. It is now in the bottom of the fifth between Dominican Republic and Korea. It's still 7-0 in that one. Korea just 2 hits. A double and a single. They've not really come close to scoring. 2 hits and a walk through the first 5 innings. All right. Canada. Otto Lopez at the plate. Logan Webb is on the mound. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. Webb made 34 starts, went over 200 innings with the Giants last season. A 15-11 record. He's one of the most consistent, durable starting pitchers out there in the game today. That sinker is his go-to pitch. He throws it about a third of the time. He's got a good sweeper and a good changeup. He actually doesn't use the fastball or cutter all that much, less than 10% of the time for each of those. Here's a ground ball that's going to get through the left side for a base hit. So Otto Lopez gets Team Canada into a rally situation immediately. Leadoff man on here, trying to respond to that opening run from the U.S. Here's Josh Naylor. He made the move to the Mariners last season, and the Mariners extended his contract after spending several years with the Guardians. He is the captain of Team Canada, and yeah, he's a good guy to have on your team. 0-1 pitch to Naylor is foul back. It's 0-2. Naylor's also a sneaky base stealer. You look at a guy like him, he looks like a bopper, station to station kind of a base runner, but no, this guy has stolen as many as, I think, 30 bases in a season. He just knows when to run. He's got very high baseball IQ, Josh Naylor. He's got a count of a ball and 2 strikes. And this is a foul ball off to the right. We'll do it again. Naylor's hitting .250 in the Classic. And he loves smacking on bubble gum. Are you, Bam, are you implying that Kirk is the slowest? That Naylor's... Come on. Naylor could run backwards and beat Kirk in a sprint. Here's a fly ball, a pop-up, third base side, into foul ground. What a catch made over there by Bregman. With his back to the infield, extending high above his head to make this catch on the run. And stealing out away from Canada on what would have been just a foul ball. A bit of a snow cone there by Bregman. Oh, it's in the glove. Well, it was not fully secured in the glove, but he came down with it. Okay, here's Tyler O'Neill, folks. It's Popeye, our old pal from our team, the Orioles.
Ahoy there! Anybody home?
O'Neill's hitting just 143 so far in the tournament. He's ahead 1-0 on Webb. And now it's 2-0 as this one misses well outside. Otto Lopez at first base with 1 out. Bottom of the first, the U.S. ahead 1-0. I don't think Naylor is the second slowest. Here's a ground ball, and it's through the left side, a base hit. Tyler O'Neill. The only person I'm going to sound a little bit excited for Team Canada. I can't help it, folks. He's on the Orioles. I want to see this dude help us out. O'Neill will keep the line moving with a base hit past the diving glove of B. Witt Jr. into left. So 2 on with 1 out. And here is Owen Casey, who's had a fantastic tournament, hitting .500. Fouls the first pitch. I said first pitch. Fouls the first pitch on the first base side with the first base coach there to handle that one. A homer and 5 driven in. 7 for 14 at the plate for Casey so far. And that pitch is called a strike, and that looked a bit high from Webb, but he gets the call. It's 0-2. Casey looks to be saying a few words to the ump after that call. O'Neill apparently has been drawing walks. All right, that's good. Pitch low and in the dirt, kicking up a little chalk there. But cleanly fielded by Raleigh behind the plate. So runners still at first and second. The count is 1-2 on Casey, 1 out. Webb, with that sinker ball of his, always a good guy to have to induce a double play ball. And he is looking for one here, I'm sure. There's a swing and a miss. Looked like the sinker. And with that kind of a pitch, you get one of 2 results, a strikeout or a double play ball. You can't go wrong with this pitch. It's a strikeout of Casey. 2 down.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Y'all come back now, yeah? All right, Abraham Toro's up, switch hitter batting from the left side. He's had a very good tournament himself, hitting .467. And he chops one foul for strike 1. 1 homer and 5 driven in, 7 for 15 at the plate for Toro. Toro. The 0-1 pitch. That is swung on and foul tipped at the plate. Got up. Folks, I can't wait for the weekend of college hoop conference championship games to be over with, because apparently they're going to disrupt with their sound clips between innings on here over and over again. So if that just happened, I got a feeling Toro's about to be put away here. It's a called strike 3 on an 0-2 pitch. A sinker from Webb freezes Toro. See you later. All right. All right. We go to the second inning. The United States lead it 1-0. It'll be Anthony, Raleigh, and Terang coming up. How you doing, Edward? By the way, have I run through and said hello to everybody as much as I can? Edward, Alexa, George, Michael, Garrett Family Aquatics. You've gone quiet, Garrett, since showing up. Hopefully you're listening in. Phantom is here. Matt Abel. Bam. Daniel Barry. Null Hypothesis. Edward Cantor. And I think that's everybody on the horizontal side. Checking in over the vertical side over there, and Phantom is over there with somebody. It's just, it looks like a license plate number. KP2KF, something like that. How you doing over there, buddy? Enjoy yourself. Let's get back to the ball game here. Full screen, please. There we are. Okay, I could work on this a little bit. Get it just right. That's a little better. There you go. All right, so the next batter is already coming up. I'm a couple of pitches behind, folks. If you're watching along and you're ahead of me, it's up to you. Try to pause your game and let me catch up to the play that you pause it on, and unpause it so we're synced up. And if you don't want spoilers, just don't pay too close of attention to the information on the screen. That's just there if you need it. Just like me being on the camera. You don't really need me on the camera. It's just, just trying to put everything on the screen that I'm supposed to, folks. I just want to call this like a radio broadcast. Here's Roman Anthony. He looks at a breaking ball that lands a bit off the plate outside for ball 1. Anthony hitting .333 in the tournament. Fouls this one off to the right. Pitch. That's hit on the ground on the first base side. It's a fair ball up the line there. Josh Naylor will take it to the bag unassisted for the first out. One away here in the top of the second. Oh, Garrett is in the middle of painting. Gotcha, buddy. Your hands are full. You paint models for a tabletop game. That sounds like fun. That sounds very therapeutic. That sounds like something where you can just kind of zone out, listen to a ball game, paint some stuff. I envy you, Garrett. I need something to do like that. Probably help my anxiety issues. The count is 1-0 on Cal Raleigh. And this pitch is popped up. Foul ground. The catcher near the dugout makes a basket catch. Bo Naylor coming down with this pop-up for out number 2 and foul ground. Oh, that's the worst thing to read other than strikeout on your personal box score. A foul pop-up to the catcher, where you hit a ball backwards for an out. Here's Bryce Terang. Up and away to him for ball 1. Kind of hard to argue sitting Terang if you wanted to get Henderson into the game and move Bregman a second. Terang hitting .417 in the series. That pitch up and away, 2-0. 2 down, nobody on. In the top of the second. Soroka's pitch is up and away. That fastball in the mid-90s. Just sit Bregman. I don't think they. I think it. I mean, they just did that the previous game, right? Yeah. I got a feeling a lot of these USA players. There's a lot of talk before they committed about. Well, if I'm going to play for you, I want to be the starting so and so. If not, don't worry about it. Kind of a thing, right? I feel like Bregman might be that case. We got a full count on Terang. Here is the payoff pitch. Fouled away. I mean, it wouldn't be a crazy idea, right? There's so many things that appear to have been pre-planned. I know. But, again, what are we? 4 games into this thing, and he did sit for 1 game, right? Gunnar played third, and he sat. So he's only played 3 games. I mean, it happens. Gunnar, we all want Gunnar to play, you know. There's a called strike 3. Breaking ball. That freezes. Is that Terang still at the plate? This inning is over. Terang strikes out. We go to the bottom of the second. That was a 1-2-3 inning for Soroka. The U.S. lead it 1-0. Tell him to go home then. Oh, go home. Oh, go home. Hey, if you know what late 80s sketch comedy show that I'm referencing with that, let me know. You win Charm City chat for the night. Oh, boy. More Star Wars crap. Fifth game, Gunner's third sit, Bregman's fourth. Yeah, and I'm saying that I feel the reason why the lineup is the way it is Bregman's one of those guys that, you know, probably said, I'll commit if you make me the starting third baseman, or at least make sure you got me in the lineup. Maybe sit me one time, but that's it. Otherwise, you know, I got better things to do. I'm trying to get to know my new teammates with the Cubs. You know, again, I'm only speculating, but I just feel like that's a pretty reasonable theory for these star U.S. players. And again, the way this team has been operating, it would just fall in line with everything else I'm seeing. I think the reason why they were able to get a guy like Goldschmidt to be on the team was because he was told that, you know, hey, buddy, you're going to be lucky to see one start maybe in this thing. You're not going to play a whole lot. Are you okay with that? And Goldschmidt's probably okay with that. My thing is, what did Gunnar know? I do feel like if we move on to the next round, Gunnar's going to get a start in that next game. I'm in no way sure, but I feel pretty good about it. In living color. Oh, I forgot the reference. What was the reference I'd made? I'd already forgotten. You have to remind me of the reference. You might be right. There's a called strike to Tyler Black. Leading off the bottom of the second, Black 0 for 6. He does have an RBI in this tournament. The 0-1 is low. Hey there, Chowa. 1 ball, 1 strike. No, help me out. What was the reference I made? Oh, go home. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's right. The go home thing. No, but it's a good guess, Noel. You know why? Because you got the network right, and you got the time period about right, too. So if you can think of another show from that network during those years, it might have even came on a year or two earlier than In Living Color, but you are very close. This show spawned another show that went on to be on the air for, well, it's still not off the air. Let's put it that way. Tyler Black with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Webb's pitch. There's a changeup low. 2-2 the count. Somebody out there is probably trying to Google something. And there's the Google. Noel, did you Google it? I got a feeling. There's a called strike 3 on Black. See you later, buddy. That's right, folks. The Tracy Ullman Show. A sketch comedy show in the early days of Fox, featuring many character comedic actors, and several of those became voice actors for a show you might have heard called The Simpsons, which got its start as a little comedy or a little cartoon sketch that they throw into most episodes there during that show's run. Tracy Ullman Show. Here is Bo Naylor. He's having a good tournament, hitting .308. He's ahead 2-0 on Webb here with 1 out, nobody on base. That missed. That looked like a strike to me. Top outer corner of the zone, but it's called ball 3 by the home plate umpire. Your parents didn't let you watch The Simpsons? Ah, God. I'm sorry, Phantom. That's borderline abuse. 3-1 the count on Naylor. Bo Naylor, that is. And he gets a 3-1 pitch and hits it to the opposite field. Look at Bo Naylor. Lifting that 300-something average now to 357 with a 1-out single. And that'll bring up the center fielder for Canada, Denzel Clark, for his first at-bat of the night. Webb is on 28 pitches with 1 out in the 2nd inning. Here's a called strike to Clark. Clark hitting .231, 3 for 13 in the tournament, a couple of RBI. He looks at a sinker on the bottom of the zone. A classic Webb pitch to get ahead, 0-2. I mean, look how unfair that is. That pitch starting off the plate, and it's starting low already, but goes just a little bit lower and still catches the bottom of the zone. 0-2. Here's a chopper to short. Witt goes to second for 1. Relay to first is late. Clark gets down the line fast. So no chance for a double play ball, but it is the 2nd out of the inning, a fielder's choice. Bo Naylor will sit down. Denzel Clark takes over at first base. 2 down for the number 9 batter, Edouard Julien. Julien had a nice start to his big league career with the Twins. I remember he was a pretty hot rookie there for a little bit, but I guess he's kind of been struggling. And here's a line drive caught by Witt Jr. at shortstop. Oh, he was positioned well there. Otherwise, that ball's getting through for a base hit. It's caught for the third out, and that'll end. Well, of course that'll end the inning. It's the third out. Can you be a little more redundant, BW? Come on. That'll end the inning. On to the bottom of the second. 1-0, United States. Disrespectful child calling his father by his first name and telling him to eat his shorts is unacceptable viewing according to them. Well, Phantom, I'm going to go ahead and assume that you weren't allowed to watch Married with Children either, which is a frickin' shame. Because that show was hilarious. It was crude. Every joke was not even subtle innuendo. You had Christina Applegate running around in skimpy outfits one season after the next. Yeah. Great show, but it sounds like you probably weren't able to watch it. And Living Color used to do a little something during halftime shows during the Super Bowl. That's right. So do you guys remember when Beavis and Butthead had a halftime special over on MTV for, I think, a couple of years back in the 90s at the height of their popularity? I definitely remember jumping over to catch a Beavis and Butthead Super Bowl halftime show. Whenever Beavis and Butthead show up, folks, I show up. They are my spirit animals. All right, here's our first betting commercial of the night. Oh, it's so easy on my phone and everything. Yeah, let the madness begin. Yeah, let the madness of a gambling addiction begin. It's a good ad campaign. All right. Top of the third for Team USA. Looks like it's Harper, Judge, and Schwarber. Woo! Ken Rosenthal is standing on approximately 5 telephone books as he interviews DeRosa. Look at this camera setup. We can't see either of their faces. At least we'd see DeRosa's face if Rosenthal wasn't standing on a platform. Why does Rosenthal need to be taller than DeRosa? It's so ridiculous. Enough already, Ken. Get over your short guy syndrome. It's okay. You've made it. You're like the number one sideline reporter in baseball. You've made it. Get off the apple cart so we can see the guy you're interviewing, you moron. 2-1 the count on Pete Crow Armstrong. This ball's lined off the glove of Naylor, picked up by the second baseman, but the pitcher is late to cover the bag, so it's going to be an infield hit. Pete Crow Armstrong is on to lead it off the top of the third. Plenty of speed over at first. And here comes some more speed to the plate. Bobby Witt Jr. Men on film. Men on film. A Duran Duran reference? Without Jaron Duran in a ball game? First pitch to Witt. First pitch to Witt. First pitch to which? Huh? First pitch to which? First pitch to Witt. There. Is up and in for ball one. I know it's girls on film. Null. Are you? Please don't tell me that was a correction on your part. Yeah, Duran Duran sang about men on film. It's right in line with the rest of their pop songs. Folks, sometimes I say the wrong thing on purpose for the sake of humor, but after calling a game earlier today and having somebody in my chat correct me about 27 frickin' times, I'm a little sensitive. 3-0 pitch to Witt. That one is on the corner at the knees for a strike. Folks, you heard me the other night. Rubber baby buggy bumpers, rubber baby buggy bumpers, rubber baby buggy bumpers. You try to say that 3 times fast. Go ahead. I dare you. I dare you. Here's a ground ball to short in the hole. Throw to second for the force, and they get the play there. Nice play by Lopez. He had to act quickly to get an out somewhere, and they get the lead runner, Team Canada. That is going to be a fielder's choice. Bobby Witt Jr. will take over at first base for Pete Crow Armstrong. 1 down for Bryce Harper. Hello, George. Hello, Governor. Yeah, folks. I do get tongue-tied sometimes, but normally that's, that's just a fetish request. Not really your guys' business. Bryce Harper fouls off the first pitch. Bryce is 0 for 1 and batting just a $188 so far in the tournament. Hello, Edward. Hello, George. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2 on Harper. Hello, Michael. Hello, Vonnie. How are you? The count is 0-2 on Harper. Runner at first, 1 out. Soroka's 43rd pitch of the evening with 1 second left. Nope, he's going to go to first base. Bobby Witt Jr. back in there. Should we start a give, send, go? Is that the new version of a GoFundMe? Get a throne? Oh, I don't want a throne. I've got very little space in here. I need a comfortable chair that's compact. Doesn't take up too much room, Maybe like a nice beanbag chair, with some back support attached to it somehow. This pitch is popped up, shallow center field. The shortstop, Lopez, going out, and oh my God, that ball drops in, but Lopez quickly picks it up and throws to second to get the force. There was nothing for Bobby Witt Jr. to do except stay maybe 15 feet from the first base bag on what appeared to be a fly ball out. But that ball dropped in. Lopez, maybe 50 feet from the first base bag, just picked it up and threw to from the second base bag. Picked it up, threw to second to force Witt. Here's Judge with 2 down and now a new runner at first base. Harper now at first. And is that a fielder's choice as well, I guess? It is. It's listed as a grounding into a fielder's choice. I have a hard time saying that he grounded that ball. But that's what the box score says. 1 ball, 1 strike now on Judge. 2 down, runner at first. And the pitch. Up and in. 2 balls, 1 strike. 97 on the gun on that Soroka heater. How much does a durable chair cost in Thailand anyway? It shouldn't cost more than like $100, $150. It really shouldn't. But you gotta go out and look around. I don't trust these gaming chairs that you see a lot of YouTubers use. I tried to buy one. It did not last. And I put a lot of time into finding that one because, again, I've talked about it before. There's ball 4. Aaron Judge is going to draw a 2-out walk. That'll push runners to first and second base. Harper now up to second. Here comes Kyle Schwarber. Yeah, the chair that I bought that somebody was so kind enough to donate basically the entire amount of money to get it. He's like, dude, take that money, go get the chair. And I'm like, all right. I got the chair. But out here where I live, folks, most people are a lot smaller than back in North America. So the weight limit for these sort of, assembled gaming chairs that you got that hydraulic little function there and the little lean back function or whatever, like that thing just fell apart. And I found one that was supposed to support my size. But apparently it didn't. It lasted about a week. Here's the 2-0 to Schwarber. That's straight down the middle for a strike. A big and tall chair. So in other words, a throne. You need to get a secret. You see, the other thing, folks, is it's hard for me to, I know there's higher quality chairs. Here's a little ground ball, hit softly up the third base line. There will be no play. The third baseman, Toro, did throw over to first, but there was never going to be a play there. It's going to be an infield hit with 2 down to load up the bases. It's the rare Kyle Schwarber infield hit. That'll get Bregman up with the bases loaded and 2 down. Big moment in the ball game, folks. Yeah, the thing is, living, abroad and living in such a way where I don't like to collect a lot of stuff. I want to be able to live minimalist and pick up and move whenever I feel like it. That's the sort of freedom of living the way I do. So I don't want to get a chair that's so nice that I can't really take it with me when I ramble on to the next place. You know what I mean? But at the same time, this chair I'm sitting in right now is a torture device. No one should be sitting in a chair like this for more than 15 minutes at a time. We got bases loaded, 2 down, folks. Bregman at the plate. Big moment here. Soroka on 53 pitches. And the first one to Bregman is high for ball 1. And the crowd making some noise here. They want something out of this AB from Bregman. 3 ducks on the pond. The 1-0. That one hits the inside corner, a sweeper on the front door. Nice pitch there by Soroka to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Bottom of the zone. Oh, Naylor framed it, and it looked good. But it's called ball 2. Two and 1 to Bregman. The pitch. Breaking ball. That breaks on the inside edge for strike 2. Folks, deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. Bases loaded. Soroka would probably like to prevent a ball 3. Let's see. The pitch. Ground ball. Diving stop at third by Toro. He gets up, throws to first. It's wild. It's over the head of Naylor. And it looks like it went out of play. 2 runs will score on what will probably go down as a infield RBI single plus a throwing error. So 1 RBI and an extra run in on the error. Folks, it's 3-0 USA. And folks, Ernie Witt, the manager for Team Canada since this tournament began 20 years ago. A legend of the Blue Jays and Canadian legend in the game of baseball, Ernie Witt, has taken Soroka out of the game. 2 2/3 innings. He has given up 3 earned runs, and there's 2 more men on base, his responsibility. They're going to go to Ashman. Ashman will come in to try to put out the Flames here in the top of the third. The U.S. with 2 runs in already. Again, Bregman reached on an infield single to third. Harper scored and Judge scored on the throwing error by Toro. Bregman is second. Schwarber safe at third on the error. And again, that should be an RBI. 1 RBI out of the 2 runs scoring for Bregman. All right. DeRosa needs to take notes. This is what you do when your pitcher just doesn't have it. Yeah, Soroka, 58 pitches. Could he have thrown more pitches to get him ready for the regular season? Sure. But why are we playing this tournament if we're just going to use guys like that? Either we have a competitive situation or we don't. You can't have it both ways. Yeah, so that's it for Soroka. Ashman coming in to relieve him. I honestly don't know if he's a lefty or a righty, but we'll know in a minute. If you know, you can tell me. But I'm going to know here in a sec. There he is. He's a lefty. And with Roman Anthony due up, followed by the switch hitter Raleigh, and then 2 straight lefties after that, I can understand the move to go to a lefty here. Anthony's 0 for 1. Runners at second and third with 2 down. The first pitch is a slider on the outside corner by Ashman. Anybody know where he plays? I feel like I've heard the name, but if he has had any major league experience, I don't think he's done much. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Another slider about the same spot, and Anthony can't touch it. I see no reason for Ashman to try another pitch other than that slider a third time. Maybe go outside by an inch or 2. Catcher setting up on the outer edge. Back to the slider, low and away. Did BW call it? It's a 3-pitch strikeout of Anthony. And the inning is over. The U.S. score a couple, but they leave a couple in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the third, 3-0 United States. Yeah, that was that was the easiest call of the night. Go back to that slider a third time. He hit the corner, got the strike, threw it again, he swing and a miss. Now just go off the plate a little bit with it. And put him away. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy for Ashman to get that third out. We go to the 4th inning, 3-0 U.S., and I got a little bit of a snack here. I'm going to finish up, so I'll go off screen so as not to gross everybody out. Be right back, folks. Enjoy the ball game. Hit the like button, subscribe, do all that great stuff. Thanks. Ashman is ours? Now that's hilarious. Well, get him on the team. He just put out some flames there. We got him from Detroit last year. Okay. Well, whenever we play Boston, I say call him up. And bring him in whenever Roman Anthony comes up to hit, because he just treated Anthony like a redheaded stepchild, it has to be said. Wow. You mean to tell me the Orioles got something back in return for trading Charlie Morton away that's actually potentially useful? That is hilarious. All right, Ken Rosenthal is now standing on, I think, 2 telephone books here as he interviews Ernie Witt, the Toronto, the Canada manager. Top of the order for Canada, Otto Lopez, swing and a miss on pitch 2. It is 0-2 on Lopez. Logan Webb still in the game with a 3-0 lead to work with. Lopez led off the bottom of the first with a base hit. This one's hit on the ground hard, but gobbled up by Witt. He throws strong and true to first base for the first out. That ball hit pretty hard, but it took a few bounces before it got to Witt. With one away, we've got Josh Naylor up for the second time, and first pitch swinging, a little soft liner right behind the second base bag. Bobby Witt is shaded that way for Naylor to pull, and he's in the perfect spot to catch this soft liner for out number 2. A 1-pitch out of Naylor. Well done, Logan Webb. He's on 36 pitches with 2 out in the third. He could easily go 6 innings at this pace with the pitch limit moved up to 85 at this stage of the tournament. Here's a called strike to Tyler O'Neill. O'Neill had a base hit his first time up. O'Neill lifts one into left, but it's going to not be trouble for the left fielder, Anthony. He makes the catch to end the inning. A very easy inning for Logan Webb. He's settled in, and he's got a 3-run lead. We go to the 4th inning. So far, the U.S. in command here. There are 3 hits for Canada, but they're all singles. All right, let's check in on that other game, shall we? It's a final in 7 innings. It's a mercy rule. The Dominican Republic in the knockout stage is delivering a mercy rule loss to Team Korea in 7 innings, 10-0 Dominican Republic. That is who we stand to play next if we beat Canada. So, folks, we might win this game, but in a couple of days, it's going to be maybe the toughest matchup there is. I got a feeling Dominican Republic is going to be tougher than even Japan in the final if we get that far. And the thing is, if you can beat the Dominican Republic, then you feel like you can beat just about anybody in the final. So for me, that's the big one. And we'll have Paul Skeens to start that game. What's that? Dom R. They mercy in the quarterfinals, apparently, but I think they bump it up. I'm not sure. I was going to say maybe you need to have a bigger lead than the pool stage in order to cut it. But I think 10 runs in 7 innings, that's the same as, Dominican Republic. Dom R. I read that as Don R. Sorry. I can't read. You were perfectly fine, Michael. I should have figured it out. We're up to 30 likes, folks. Keep it going. Cal Raleigh will lead it off for the U.S. in the top of the 4th with Ashman still on the mound. Again, bottom of the order with some lefties. First, it's the switch hitter Raleigh batting right-handed, and he takes a called strike. Then you got lefties Terang and Crow Armstrong due up after. Once Ashman gets through the bottom of the order. I would assume they'll go to a righty when Bobby Witt comes up to hit and the lineup turns over, no matter what happens between now and then, because that's how you manage. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss by Raleigh. Makes it 1-2. Cal is 0 for 1, and he's had more than a quiet tournament. He has yet to get a hit. I bet you folks are lowering Raleigh in their fantasy draft order. They're lowering them in their catcher queue right now. They're like, I don't know if I want to spend a late first round, early second round fantasy pick on this catcher. I don't know if he's going to hit half as many home runs this year. He's doing nothing in this tournament. 2-2 pitch. Raleigh gets a piece of it or no? God, they got to stop using that umpire cam for a live pitch. He strikes out. Raleigh is struggling. He is struggling, folks. One away for Terang. No. I'm sorry. That was only strike 2 on Raleigh. I was 1 pitch ahead, but the result is the same. Raleigh now strikes out. My apologies for jinxing him. Raleigh's still hitless in the tournament. Here comes Terang now with 1 away. Ashman from the Orioles organization throws a first pitch strike in there. Terang struck out his first time up. Oh, 1. That's a line drive to the opposite field. Sprayed to the opposite field there. Nice swinging there from Terang. A 1-out single, and he's got plenty of speed over there with a 3-run lead. And the number 9 batter coming up. This seems like an opportune time for Terang to test Bo Naylor's arm behind the plate. Lefty on lefty again. Pete Crow Armstrong. The first pitch is a breaking ball of some sort that stayed up. Ball 1 to PCA. A single his first time up. He's now hitting .364 in the tournament. And the next pitch misses outside. 2-0. Oh, maybe you tell Terang to hang loose here until there's a strike up on the board. 2-1 would be a good count to run on. 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0. Yeah, just hang loose. Might be a 4-pitch walk here. B. Witt is on deck. .3-0 from Ashman. And Crow Armstrong shows bunt. He brings the bat head back. It's a strike. As well do what Crow Armstrong did there and might trick the umpire into calling a strike a ball for ball 4. 3-1 the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Ashman challenges Crow Armstrong with a high heater and wins to run the count full. 2 down. Runner at first. Info page needs refreshing. Okay. Refresh. Exciting. I'm sure Witt's going to take off on a 3-2 pitch. This ball's hit to center field and deep. Going back and on the track. Clark makes the catch. PCA flies out to the deepest part of the yard. Straightaway center field. It's a long out. 2 down in the inning. That ball went about 398 feet, probably, with Clark making that catch in front of the 409 sign. 2 down. Bobby Witt Jr. looks at one outside for ball 1. Everything good on the info screen? Folks, that sub count meter has not moved tonight. 3760 is the next number before that number turns over. So if you're watching and you're new to the channel, folks, think about subscribing. Folks, if you're in the chat right now, I ask you, maybe say something kind about the benefits of subscribing to the channel. They'll take your word for it. Here's a comebacker to the pitcher. Ashman will underhand flip to first to get the final out. But the United States do chase Mike Soroka in this inning, scoring. No, that was the previous inning. What am I talking about? That was a full inning from Ashman. Scratch that. Ashman with a scoreless inning of work. This guy's in our farm system, huh? Let's move him up. Needs adjustment due to the ad, of course. Well, we're moving on up to the east side to a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up to the east side. We finally got a piece of the pie. Beans don't burn in the kitchen. Beans don't burn on the grill. Oh, where am I? How you doing, everybody? Now we up in the big leagues. Get my turn at bat. As long as we living, it's you and me, baby. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Oh, well, we're moving on up. Folks, I'm getting too old. Yes, the Jeffersons. Or the Jerrisons. However you want to pronounce it. Old man losing it. Man, no, really likes to just consistently bust my balls from start to finish in every game. Hey, Noel, I'll see you at open mic for your comedy stand-up routine. I'm looking forward to it. Null hypothesis, the insult comic. Ladies and gentlemen, here to bust my balls. All right. His brain. You see, I really don't like that, Null. I don't like that. You're talking about me like I'm not in the room with you. Talk to me. Tell me it eases my brain. Like it's your show and you're letting people know about how I'm doing. It's a little annoying, buddy. Just saying. Owen Casey is at the plate with a count of a ball and a strike. It feels like you're trying to dance on that line of, oh, it's just friendly. Kind of right on the border, man. Casey with a count of 2 balls and a strike. And if that makes you upset, I don't want to get you all upset. I don't need a new Doug on my hands. Here's a fly ball to center field. On the run, Pete Crow Armstrong makes the catch, 1 away. Webb is on 42 pitches. Coming up next, who we got? It is Abraham Toro, switch hitter from the left side. It's called a strike on a changeup. First pitch from Webb gets ahead of yet another batter. I'm sorry to Noel. Look, no, the deal is, here's the honest deal, all right? Things have been happening with the channel recently, super recently, as early as this afternoon, where I'm just kind of fed up. I just want to call a game and have fun with people, enjoy our company together. And lately, it just feels like a lot of people just want to bust my balls. This pitch is hitting the right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Abraham Toro continues his hot tournament. A 1-out single. That'll bring up Tyler Black. You know, and I admit, I'm probably more sensitive than the average person because I want to have a Charm City chat where people are charming. Where we're all good to each other. Like a good cult. Black looks at strike one. I think Webb. I think he could go 6. I do. I did say that at the top. I have to stand by it. As long as he doesn't get into some 12-pitch at bat with somebody, he's got a chance. Let's try to get Black here. 0-2 pitch, 1 down, and that's low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They appeal the swing. I don't know why. That wasn't close to being a swing, but just to be clear, the third base ump said he did not go. 48 total pitches now, 34 for strikes from Webb. Pitch clock down to 1. Here it comes. Outside corner. That was close. That might have been challenged if we had that system in place for this tournament. But it goes down as ball 2. 2-2 on Black. This one's fouled off to the right. We're good, Noel. We're good. I don't want you to go quiet on me altogether. Again, it's all about ratios. For me, when it comes to ball busting, trading insults, it's fine as long as the ratio is, okay. Here's a swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 4 for Webb. That was just a wave of the bat there by Tyler Black. He had no idea. Tied up in knots on that one. 2 down for Bo Naylor. Runner at first base. And first pitch inside, maybe a bit high for ball 1. Yeah, as long as it's at least a 50-50 ratio of positive things and whatever versus snarky comments, we're fine. That's fine. Naylor with a base hit his first time up. Two and 0 the count. The pitch hit on the ground, and the first baseman Harper with a nice pick. He'll take it to the bag to get the third out of the inning. Logan Webb has gone 4 scoreless. 4 scoreless and 7 years ago. Our nation's forefathers. We're going to the 5th inning, folks. The U.S. currently shutting out Canada 3-0. Logan Webb doing his part. He's scattered 4 hits over 4 innings, no walks with 4 strikeouts. All right. $54 in 4 innings is fairly economical. What is that? Yeah, 12.5, 13.5 per inning. Oh yeah, anything under 15 per inning, you're in good shape. So under 60 through 4. If he goes another, 14 pitches, gets up to 68 after 5. Another 14, you're at 82 for 6. And right near that limit. We'll see if they try to use him that much. I mean, this will be it for him, for Webb. You won't be seeing him in the semifinal or the final. So it's probably up to Webb, his agent, his parent club, DeRosa. Everybody's got to probably play a part in that decision of how long Webb goes. If they want to try to take him as far as he's allowed to go, or if they're going to take him out a little sooner. Dominican Republic has already punched their ticket to the semifinal. That's going to be on Sunday at 8 o'clock. The winner of this game will play them, and they will be the underdog for sure. No offense to my country, but I have to consider Dominican Republic the favorite if we get to play them next. Even with Paul Skeens starting on the mound, that Dominican lineup is filthy. Here's Bryce Harper, 0 for 2. Leading off the top of the 5th, and Ashman is still out there. How about that? First pitch is a strike to Harper. He's 0 for 2. I think I said that already. Sorry. The 0-1 is hit on the ground. First base, it's a fair ball. Naylor will take it to the bag. 1 down. Harper 0 for 3. And there's our obligatory shot of the night of Ken Griffey Jr. taking photographs from the field there, field level. Aaron Judge has reached base both times. A walk, a double, and a run scored. 1 out, nobody on, and the first pitch is ball 1. I have to think Ashman is not going to throw anything hittable, or at least, in the zone. Not that Judge can't take a pitch off the plate and do something with it. That's a called strike. Okay, Ashman got that inside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike on Judge. The next pitch, hit on the ground. Third baseman scoops it up over to first. Ooh, that play nearly took Naylor off the bag. He had to extend into foul ground to receive that throw from Toro, but Naylor able to keep his foot on the bag, and Judge is retired. That was close. 2 down for Schwarber. Base is empty. First pitch is up and away for ball 1. 26 pitches for Ashman since coming into the game. Is he a starter by trade? I'm assuming he's pitching more than a couple of innings if he gets through this one. That's a swing and a miss. 1-1 on Schwarber. The 1-1 swung on, hit on first base side. Naylor with yet another unassisted play at the bag. This one ends the inning. The U.S. go quietly here. Ashman has been quite the revelation here for Team Canada on the mound. That is 2 1/3 innings of scoreless ball. No walks, 1 hit with a couple of strikeouts for Ashman. Phantom, we need to get this guy up to at least AAA. What are we doing? This guy is cooking against Team USA. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize the conversation had moved on to hockey. That's fine. Hey, well, that'll give me a chance to check on the vertical side here. Hello there, vertical side. Which game are you calling in the WBC? Somebody's asking. This one? If the U.S. move on, it'll be U.S. against Dominican Republic in a couple of nights, and I'll call the final no matter who's playing. That's probably it. Folks, horizontal side, vertical side, no matter where you are, do me a flavor and hit that like button if you haven't already. This is baseball, is it? Hey, we've got some Patriots cosplaying here. Some original forefathers in full regalia in the crowd here. What the hell? All right, bottom of the fifth. Denzel Clark to lead it off for the Canadians. Logan Webb in for his fifth inning of work. So far, so good from him. 4 hits, no walks, no runs. He is the first U.S. starting pitcher to get to the fifth inning in this tournament. And he gets a first pitch strike to Clark on a sinker. 0-1 the count. Clark will be followed by Edward Julian and then Otto Lopez at the top of the order. Oh, 1 cut on and missed. A changeup from Webb makes it 0-2. I'm sorry. I believe I said 85 pitches is the limit. I'm incorrect. It is 80, with 95 pitches being the limit for the semifinal and championship game. So that'll make it a little bit tougher to get through 6, but Webb's still on pace if he doesn't get into any trouble. The count is 1-2 on Clark. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up. See you later. Another nasty pitch from Webb. Four and a third scoreless so far from Webb. 58 pitches. Here comes Julian, the number 9 batter. 0 for 1. First pitch to Julian's in their first strike. Webb has been getting ahead of batters frequently. Always a good idea. There's another perfectly spotted pitch, a sweeper, bottom of the zone, called strike 2 on Julian. 1 out, nobody on. I think he needs some time in Double-A, BirdWatcher, only 15 innings. Yeah, I mean, you know, when I'm saying get him up to Triple-A, like I'm more just kind of emotionally reacting to, you know, being on a stage like this and doing so well. Like, I know it's like Honeycutt doing well in the spring. You can't overreact. You got to work your way up, earn your way up. But, yeah, I'm happy to know that this guy is in our system. That's for sure. 2-2 the count on Julian. Webb kicks and deals. That one breaks way off the plate. Julian lays off. It's a full count. Skeens only needs 81 against the Dominican Republic. But the thing is, that's the semifinal, so yeah, that actually moves up to 90. It's only this game where the pitch limit is 80. For the semifinal and final, the limit is 95. But I don't think Skeens will pitch 95 pitches. I don't think he's built up to do that yet. But hopefully he can go 5 innings or up to 6 on closer to 80 pitches like Webb has been doing. With 1 out and a runner at first, here's Otto Lopez. So the lineup flips over. This is the 3rd time through for Team Canada. First pitch to him is low. $35 likes here on the horizontal side. Folks, thank you for helping out. Hit that thumbs up at the bottom of your screen if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already, please. Charm City Chat again. For whatever reason, I find that it's more difficult for me than any other YouTuber doing play-by-play that I can find. For some strange reason, I'm just really bad at recruiting new subscribers out there. So help me out, why don't you? Maybe say something nice in the chat to help these people think about subscribing. I know you're out there, new people, and I want you to come in. The water is fine. Otto Lopez has a count of a ball and no strike. 1 out, runner at first for Canada. Pitch number 66 from Webb is fouled off of Lopez as he hops away out of the batter's box. Count as a ball and a strike. This ball hitting off his back foot, his right foot. Right off the top of the shoe. Lopez walks away from the box again. Oh, no, now he's back in there. 1-1 on Otto Lopez. The pitch. Oh, that was a sinker that just dipped below the zone. Lopez able to lay off. 2-1 the count. That's the trick. Recognizing that sinker's coming in and able to determine that it will get to the plate as a ball. And then Webb comes right back with another sinker. That one starts slightly outside and then comes back over the outside corner for strike 2. That sinker works in so many ways. This is fouled off. 2-2 on Lopez still. So yeah, you can kind of go inside and outside with that sinker, and then also just kind of try to get him to chase one that starts low and dips below the zone. 2-2 pitch is way outside, full count. The runner at first is who? Do they have speed? Is that Julian? Might he take off on this 3-2 pitch with 1 down? Again, this is a ground ball double play guy, and it's a comebacker. They throw it a second, and he's safe there, but the return throw was in time. So the runner did go on the pitch, and it was a wise move. I think they might want to replay this, though. Very close play at second. Credit to Webb on this comebacker for immediately turning around and throwing a strike to second. And there was plenty of time to get the trail runner at first. So 1 out for sure. And again, they might want to take a closer look at this play at second. Oh, he did get the foot down. Okay, so he is safe. Oh, at first base, definitely out. That's the second out of the inning. Runner moves up to second base on a ground out. And Logan Webb is coming out of the game here on 71 pitches to a standing ovation. Brad Keller is going to come on in relief of Webb, but with a runner at second and 2 down. And the last time Keller came into a ball game in this tournament, he absolutely stunk it up. He threw a ball away, a potential double play ball. He also had a wild pitch that allowed a runner to score. Keller did not help against Team Italy the other night. Let's hope he does better tonight. Pitching change, folks. I'm doing a little cleanup over here right now. Bow. 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 Folks, the next game on the channel will be tomorrow afternoon. We'll see what kind of spirits I'm in. It'll be a midnight call for me. Pirates playing the Orioles tomorrow. Is that a home game for us or on the road? I don't know. Let me see if I can find some info on what's going on with our Orioles. Folks, if you're not an Orioles fan, it's okay. You can still be a part of the channel. This channel is dedicated to covering all the Orioles games, but we do more. I do more. You're looking at it. Calling the World Baseball Classic. All right, Keller is in. Again, he's got 2 down. So, a 3-run lead, a runner at second. And Josh Naylor at the plate looks at a first pitch strike. Naylor 0 for 2 tonight. He popped out and lined out. The 0-1 to Naylor. Hit on the ground. First base side. Another unassisted put out by a first baseman tonight. Naylor and Harper have been busy with that same play, and the two were involved here with Naylor hitting the ball to Harper to end the inning. We go now to the 6th. The U.S. still shutting out Canada 3-0. Keller gets that final out on just a couple of pitches. No damage. We move on. I'll tune in March 30th and 31st, but can't guarantee I'll be here for most of the Orioles season. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Some people only catch a few games a year. Others are here for every game. And some are somewhere in between. It's up to you, folks. I'll be here calling the games. If you want to watch, you want to hang out, you are invited. That's what it's all about. A place where you know you can go when the O's are on the show. Yo. Sorry. Looks like it'll be Bregman, Anthony, and Raleigh due up for the U.S. in the top of the 6th. Ashman's day is over. Almont is the new pitcher coming on for Canada. Ashman. What a performance. 2 1/3 innings. He gets 7 outs, giving up just 1 hit, no walks, and striking out 2 on 28 pitches, 7 outs. 7 outs plus the hit, so that's 8 batters. That's like 3.5 pitches per batter. Very well done by Ashman. Oh, these kids are hopped up on cotton candy. Folks, be sure to check out the MLB app, the same app that this afternoon brought you some great coverage of Orioles Phillies. I mean, fantastic stuff. I can't believe after what happened earlier today that MLB has the nerve to advertise their app during a broadcast. Felipe Almonte. In his career over 4 seasons with the Phillies, he made appearances here and there. He has not appeared in a Major League Baseball game in nearly 11 years. Holy shit. Bregman, first batter, looks at a curveball up and in for ball 1. So they really pulled this guy out of the... I mean, this is the classic, like, some scout went to a trailer park somewhere in Manitoba, knocked on this guy's door. Here's a ball hit toward the boxes and left. Oh, my, that ball 5 feet foul by Bregman toward those Crawford seats. You could see the ball sail over the 315-foot sign, which is in foul territory, right next to the pole. Yeah, Almonte, you can just envision him right now. He's sitting in his double wide, probably watching some WrestleMania. He gets a knock on the door, and some strangers there going, "Hey, you feel like pitching again? We need you to pitch for our country. Do you still got it? You still got it in you?" 2-1 on Bregman. The pitch. Whoa, that's over his head. Catcher couldn't hold on to it. It goes to the backstop. It's a breaking ball. No intent there. 3-1 the count. I mean, do I have to say there's intent? This guy, again, has been plucked out of obscurity. I don't think he's going to come in and try to hit a batter. Here's a ground ball to third. Handled nicely over there by Bregman. I'm sorry. I'm talking about the U.S. being on defense. Handled nicely at third by Toro. He goes over to first in time, 1 away. Sorry, folks. I had a brain fart. Not Bregman at third. Toro. Canada is on defense. All right, Anthony is up. 1 away, base is empty, and a curveball outside to him. Almonte is got tattoos running down both arms all the way to the wrist. I guess we know what he's been doing the last decade. Spending time at the tattoo parlor. And working on a very nice mustache. 2-0 to Anthony. That's a strike. A cutter at 91. Was at his head, though. It was a big old curveball. There was no intent. George, you're joking, right? There's no intent. What would be the point? This game's still in reach for Canada. If they lose, they go home. This guy, again, hasn't had any opportunities to pitch in any meaningful competitive game in a decade. I don't think he's going to take the opportunity to intentionally hit a guy and, like, ruin the chances for his teammates to win the game. There's just no reason. The count's full on Roman Anthony with 1 down. And he fouls this one off. We'll do it again. Ernie Witt looking very stoic in the Canada dugout right now. Here comes the payoff pitch to Roman Anthony. That is a ground ball that passed the pitcher and nobody's covering first base. Josh Naylor should have hung back as soon as he saw the pitcher leave the mound, because the second baseman charging that ball would have been the only person to make this play. But nobody's covering the bag. Anthony's going to reach on an infield single with one down. Yeah, that's a base. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying an out would have automatically occurred had everything been done right, but certainly had no chance of doing it right with the way things developed there. Here's Cal Raleigh. Runner at first with one out. Raleigh looking for his first hit of the tournament. And the pitch is in the dirt. 2-0. Pitch. I knew it. If it's fair, it is way gone. But that is going to go foul. God, I wanted to say something. I swear. Turns out I would have been wrong anyway. But again, Riley having been hitless so far, a 2-0 count, this 48-year-old plucked out of nowhere pitcher. I just felt like this is the time for him to hit a bomb. He nearly did. Instead, it's strike one. This pitch is up and away. 3-1 on Raleigh. I'm not sure if Almont wants to throw him anything hittable after that near home run ball. Raleigh asks for time. He's got a 3-1 count, a runner at first, and one out. The U.S. is up 3-0. They've been holding a 3-0 lead since the top of the third inning. We're in the sixth. A chance to put this game out of reach, perhaps, if Raleigh can come up with a big hit. 3-1 is off the plate. That is ball 4. And yeah, Almont did not look interested in testing Raleigh after Cal nearly took him deep. And here comes Ernie Witt. Looks like it's going to be a short night for Almont. They're going to bring in a lefty now with 2 lefties due up to hit and 3 of the next 4 from the left side. Terang, Crow Armstrong. You got the right-handed bat of Bobby Witt Jr. and then another lefty with Bryce Harper. So they're going to a lefty. A fellow by the name of Mako. And we've got a break here, folks. Break in the action. Folks, do hit the like button and do subscribe. And join the BirdWatcher community. You're not going to regret it. Oh my. Bam is saying, I sent you a donation on Ko-Fi to start off a new chair fund. Well, let's take a look. I see you. I'm in there. And there it is. And I'm saying thank you so much, Bam. I just sent you a public thank you on the Ko-Fi page. I'm not even... Oh, there it is. Yeah, thank you, Bam. Folks, that's the best way to help out the channel. ko-fi.com/birdwatcher. Is that it? Yes. In fact, here is the link, folks. Again, if you do want to help out the channel, I'm not trying to coax anybody to doing it. I hardly ever drop that link in the chat, but it goes a lot farther towards helping me versus a super chat through YouTube, because YouTube takes like 30% of your super chat. You donate over on that Ko-Fi place, they only take 10%. So it's a good way if you do want to help out, that you know that your donation is going farther. Here's a ground ball up the middle, a base hit for Terang. This should score a run. Coming around to score run number 4 of the night. It is 4-0 for Team USA. Folks, they go to the pen. Doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, the link for that website is also in the description of all my games. I don't know if anyone ever reads that stuff, but yeah, it's there. All right, folks, it's 4-0, still only 1 out in the inning. And Crow Armstrong is up. That ball's hit into center field. That ball's dropping, and it's down for a hit. It's an RBI single for Crow Armstrong. It is 5-0 USA, and this game is about to get out of hand. The Americans are putting themselves in a position to move on. We are more than halfway through the ball game, and they are building on this lead now. It is 5-0. All right. So Mako came in to try to put out the fire. He has not. 1 down still in the inning. First and second for Bobby Witt Jr. So this is the one right-hander Mako needs to face. After failing to get the 2 lefties they brought him in to get. The 1-0 inside, 2-0 to Witt. The count is a 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a 5 runs for Team USA. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 systems working overtime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 systems working overtime. How you doing, folks? I just realized my desktop audio has been muted for quite some time. Here's a ground ball to third. Step on the bag for 1. Throw to first. In time. Abraham Toro doubles up Bobby Witt Jr. on a 5-3 double play. Well, that was not on my bingo card. They bring in the lefty, and the one guy he gets is the right-handed Witt to get a double play ball to end the inning. That's baseball for you, folks. Who knows? Who really knows? The inning is over. The U.S., though, do add on a pair of runs to make it 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. They've out-hit the Canadians 8-4. Canada with the only error in the ball game. It'll be the heart of the Canadian order coming up. O'Neill, Casey, and Toro. If they're going to mount a comeback, they need to start now. Brad Keller got the final out in the 5th inning. We'll see if he continues or if they go to somebody else. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, folks, over on the vertical side, I see you. If you're watching on the vertical side, hey, I'm going to come on the screen only for you guys, all right? I'm giving a vertical BW exclusive. I'm talking to you right now, vertical people. The horizontal people can't see me right now. How you doing? Welcome to the new vertical display, this second option for watching content on my channel. I hope you enjoy it. If you prefer it that way, you have that option. But we need to get those likes up over here too, folks. The vertical side is new. It's in its infancy stage. But I think just getting to 10 likes over on this side is something we can do. On the vertical, folks. We've got 8 likes. We've got 13 people. Hit that thumbs up. Get the likes to just 10. It's a small number, but it's a double-digit number, which is twice as good as a single-digit number. If my math is right, help me out. All right. Coming back over here on the horizontal side. I'm coming back to you. Baby, come back. Bottom of the 6th, Keller is indeed out to begin the inning on the mound. First pitch to Tyler O'Neill is ball 1. O'Neill is 1 for 2. There's a strike. O'Neill with the count of a ball and a strike. If Canada gets knocked out tonight, O'Neill will be making his way back to Orioles camp. Here's a ground ball to second base. Terang will make the routine out. 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Keller has faced the 2 batters he has seen so far. Looks like the USA bullpen is getting a fresh bottle of water. All right. It's Owen Casey. First pitch outside for ball 1. Casey's 0 for 2. Casey at the bat, ladies and gentlemen. Casey at the bat. Outside from Keller by a foot. 2-0 the count. Which game are you calling in the WBC? Oh, am I still looking at the vertical side? Yeah, again, I don't think I'm calling any games tomorrow. On the other side of this bracket, you got Japan playing Venezuela. You've got Puerto Rico against Italy. I have a day game to call tomorrow for the Orioles. I think I'm just going to limit myself to that. Never say never, though, folks, which is why having your notifications on for my channel is always a good idea, at least for while we're in the middle of this World Baseball Classic. But as of right now, I do not plan on calling either of the games on tomorrow night. Just focusing on Team USA, and if they get knocked out, I will call the final. And probably, if Canada made some kind of miraculous comeback here, I'd call Canada against Dominican Republic. One out, and Abraham Toro at the plate takes strike 1. Runner at first base for Canada. Still looking for their first run of the ball game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Systems working overtime. Does anybody know that band? Charm City chat. We need to go to a record store together. I need to show you around. They still exist in, obscure little neighborhoods, pockets around the country. You can find a record store. Hey, we got a count of a ball and 2 strikes on Abraham Toro. Phantom has never been to a record store. That is criminal. Phantom, I don't know how to explain it, but there is something very zen about just flipping through rows and rows of records, looking at album art, talking to the guy in the shop about a new band. Here's a ground ball over the mound, gobbled up by Witt, and he will nail the runner at first on a bang-bang play. As Toro is retired, 2 down, runner moves up to second base for Canada. We'd moved on from vinyl by the time I was old enough, I can tell. But vinyl's made a bit of a comeback, Phantom, and I'm telling you right now, there's no better way to listen to music. There is no better way. I know it might sound to some folks as, kind of hipster, like obnoxious, It sounds better on analog, man, but it does. And there's something more intimate about your relationship to a record. You know, you got to go up there, you got to put it on, you got to put that needle down, and then you only hear half the record, and then you got to get up, and you got to go flip that record over. And folks, I know it sounds stupid, but just the process of getting up and flipping over a record to hear side 2, it gives you a stronger connection to the music. And again, you can call me crazy, but it's absolutely true. I 100% believe the words I'm saying to be true. All right? We got a kind of a ball and 2 strikes on Tyler Black. The pitch is line to left over the glove of third base. That is down for a hit, and Canada's going to score the first run of the game. A 2-out RBI single by Black makes it 5-1 U.S. Casey comes in to score. So Brad Keller gives up the first run by a U.S. pitcher tonight, and that's going to do it for him. Here comes DeRosa. He indicates towards the bullpen for a new arm. Runner at first with 2 down. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Canada has a little bit of momentum here. Pitching change happening right now. Same thing with cassettes. That's true, although, I don't know. I used to have a cassette deck in my car stereo system, and, you know, you put a tape in. Once it played one side, it would just automatically flip itself to side 2. Just start rolling the tape back the other way and reading the tape for side 2. But, yeah, still, I understand. Vinyl is the best, though, Phantom. Hear me now and believe me later. All right? Bam's asking him if a lefty's coming on in relief. Yep, Gabe Spears coming in. Gabe Spears coming in with Bo Naylor due up to hit. 2 of the next 3 batters from the left side. Maybe Canada thinks about pinch hitting at this stage for Edward Julian in the 9 spot. But there's 2 out in the inning already. It might not get as far as Julian in this inning. And we'll see if Spear comes out for the 7th. If he gets a quick out here, I would assume they'd keep him out there. And then when he played tape too much, it broke. Yeah, cassette tapes, no matter how well you took care of them, there really wasn't much you could do. The more you played it, it's like a VHS cassette. Eventually, the tape wears down and can eventually snap. But a vinyl record, as long as you keep those scratches off, as long as you are nice and gentle and take care of your vinyl, it will. And don't let it in the sun, folks. Oh, my. I've had a couple of records left in my car, warped from the sun. Oh, it's the worst. It's like a Fabergé egg, folks. You got to be gentle, but it's a beautiful thing. Some of the best things in life you just got to be a little gentle with. By the way, Bam, you're talking about adult movies, right? Playing a tape so much that it breaks? All right, Bo Naylor in here to face the lefty Spear and fouls the first pitch away. Bam, I know, and I know that tape broke in that exact spot. You kept watching that part of the scene over and over again. What did you expect? 0-2 the count on Bo Naylor. Naylor? I hardly know her. All right. Sorry, everybody. The Land Before Time. Yes. I call that the 1970s. This pitch is high. A ball and 2 strikes on Bo Naylor. I need a lucky. One more lucky to get through this one, probably. I'm trying to wait till the 7th inning. 1-2 pitch with 2 down. High for ball 2. 96 on the gun from Spear, but not close to the zone. Two-two pitch. That ball's blasted out to right field. It's got plenty of distance, and that ball is into the second deck. Bo Naylor has just crushed one out to right field. A 2-run shot has cut this 4-run lead in half. Folks, 3 unanswered runs by the Canadians. They are back in it. That was 104 off the bat of Naylor. A no-doubter to right off of Spear. 5-3. Bases empty, 2 down. My, oh my. They bring in Spear to get the lefty-lefty matchup, and Bo Naylor said, here's your matchup. Go find that baseball. Second deck shot, which is not easy in this ballpark, to right field. Here's Denzel Clark. 28 hits given up by American pitching in this tournament, and of those 28 hits, 10 have left the yard. 0-2 to Clark is low. So now Canada in a position to just any base runner brings the tying run to the plate, and we're still only in the 6th inning. One, two, low and away, 2-2. The pitch. That's in on the hands and fouled back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Clark 0 for 2. A fielder's choice and a strikeout. Two-two pitch. Fouled again. So Josh Naylor, normally the one grabbing the headlines among the Naylor brothers, but it's Bo Naylor's night tonight. 2 for 3 with that 2-run homer. Here's a ground ball foul by Clark. Still 2-2.
Remember, it's not just the first shot, it's the offensive rebound. Bradley.
Quiet, you. The 2-2 to Clark from Spear. Swing and a foul. We'll do it again. Just got a piece of that one. Clark? That's right, Clark of Lewis and Clark. And the Griswolds are our grand prize winners. Two-two pitch. And on the ground to third. Bregman with a throw across in time, and the inning is over. But Canada back in the ball game with the long ball. A 2-run blast by Bo Naylor. And it's a 2-run game going into the 7th inning. Late innings coming up. The Americans still lead this one. But this is, since they took that 3-0 lead, this is the closest this game has gotten, down to a 2-run lead. 5-3 going into the 7th. And I need a lucky. All right. I waited. Let me go ahead and refresh this game while we're in commercial. It's been running smooth here for a while. Too smooth for too long. Let me get out in front of it and just give it a nice old refresh. There we go. All right. How we doing, folks? We're going to the late innings here in the quarterfinal. Winner of this game takes on the Dominican Republic on Sunday night. That game will be here, assuming we win. You know what? Even if we don't, I'll call that game. I'm not going to get in the way of the Orioles. Only the final looks to be potentially getting in the way of the Orioles. Looks like the lefty Mako is going to stay out to pitch for Canada with Bryce Harper due up to hit first. Harper's 0 for 3. See your Toyota dealer today, everybody. It's kind of late in the day to go. I feel like I'd show up to the dealership and nobody would be there. All right, Mako against Harper. First pitch, swing and a miss. Harper gets a high fastball at 95. Bryce is 0 for 3. Relatively quiet series for him. That one gets to the backstop. 1-1 the count. Bryce did reach on a fielder's choice and came around the score, so he does have something in the box score tonight with a run. Hey, 10 likes on the vertical. Thank you. Now it's time for 40 on the horizontal. The 1-1 pitch fouled away. 2 strikes on Harper. It's the big boys coming up to bat here for the Americans, Judge and Schwarber to follow. 1-2 pitch, way high, 2-2. Head high at 96 miles an hour. Two and two the count. Don't show me this umpire angle for this pitch. I'm not going to know what happens. That's ball 3. Okay, that I could tell was a high pitch. Full count on Harper. Aaron Judge waiting on deck. Payoff pitch from Mako is called strike 3, and Harper doesn't like it. Outside edge. Harper very frustrated. 0 for 4 tonight. George says it was way outside. He wants the bees. All right, George, I'll do it for you. You've earned it. All right, we took care of that umpire. Here's a big curveball left outside by Mako to Aaron Judge. You hear that, ump? Swing and a miss on a changeup. It's 1-1 on Aaron Judge. 1 out. Base is empty in the top of the 7th. U.S. up 5-3. They would like to add on and build a lead back to make things a little easier here. That pitch is laid off by Judge, but it's a called strike 2. Yes, Phantom. Oh, am I muted? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, there you go.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
Here's those bees again.
Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Oh, my eyes! My eyes! Ah!
There we go. That fastball's high to Judge. 2-2 the count. 1 out. Judge is waiting on that next pitch. Catcher sets a high target. Let's see where it goes. That's not a high pitch. That pitch is hit to center field. It's going to stay in the park, though. And caught by Clark a good 20 feet in front of the track and straightaway center. 2 down. Schwarber coming up. How about a Schwarbomb, folks? Make it a 3-run lead. What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? Mako's pitch is on the inside corner, a front door slider for strike 1. Here's a curveball that stays up. 1 ball and 1 strike to Schwarber. You're welcome, George. You know I got you, George, right? I got you. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Schwarber misses a curveball. 2 down and 2 strikes on the batter. So a chance to face Harper, Judge, and Schwarber, and Mako has a chance to retire them in order. And that is strike 3. Schwarber goes around on a pitch in the dirt. The catcher applies a tag, and that's it. Credit there for retiring Harper, Judge, and Schwarber. 1, 2, 3. Folks, we have reached the 7th inning stretch. George knows. Michael knows. Folks, it's after 9 a.m. where I am, which means I'm allowed to be a little louder than usual. All right, let me take one more drag off, Does Lucky. Okay. Folks, 7th inning stretch. Us Oriole fans in Birdland, we've got a bit of a tradition, and we're going to carry it over here for this World Baseball Classic. It's time to throw some cakes on the griddle.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy.
Folks, I don't want anyone to ever accuse me that smoking cigarettes is somehow preventing my lungs from working. I've got plenty of lung power. Don't you worry about it. 5-3. 7th inning stretch.
Thank God I'm a country boy.
Let me step away for a sec so I can stretch. BW needs to stretch too.
Thank God I'm a country boy.
Boy, Harry, you're full of energy. You look great. I hate to tell you how I feel. I
I've
swear.
had that bad back myself.
Also, with this cold, it just seems like it's settled in there.
That's age, friend.
I don't care what it is. It feels awful.
You smell like a drugstore.
That's right. I am a
You're not a
drugstore.
hypochondriac, are you?
What does that mean? Oversexed?
I'm starting to adjust. I've gotten really into running 10Ks. I garden now, and I even bought season tickets for the Orioles, since that's what guys who can't satisfy women do.
What? What?
Let me have a Diablo sandwich, a Dr. Pepper. Make it fast. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
Call it the Baltimore Miracle or some shit.
You never heard of Baltimore style?
This being Baltimore and all.
This is Jack Burton in the Pork Chop Express, and I'm talking to whoever's listening out there.
We're on a mission from God.
Do you believe in me?
Folks, Edward Julian is up to hit. We've got a new pitcher on. It's David Bednar, the Yankee closer. And the first pitch to Julian is fouled away. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Canada down by 2. It's win or go home time. We're in the quarterfinals of the World Baseball Classic. Swing and a miss, 0-2 now on Julian. Welcome back. The count is 0-2. That pitch is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Julian. Then back to the top of the order for Canada. Bednar's pitch is hit on the ground. Second base side, diving stop there, but unable to handle the ball and get off a throw. Bryce Terang. It's going to be a leadoff infield hit for Canada, and just like that, the tying run is coming up with nobody out. Hang on, folks. Canada's not going anywhere yet. Terang just couldn't spear that one. Back to the top of the order, Otto Lopez. First pitch is a strike. Otto is 2 for 4 tonight. 2 for 3. No, what is it? 1 for 3. I think I might have spoiled a second hit coming up as he looks at a curveball for strike 2. 0-2 on Lopez. But I've got information, unfortunately, letting me know that Lopez is about to get on base with an infield hit. Oh boy, the 0-2. That is hit on the ground. Backhanded by Witt at short. He has no play. He throws to first. It's a hell of a effort there, but too much speed from Otto Lopez. So just like that, folks, Canada have 2 on. The tying runs are on base with nobody out, and here comes Naylor with O'Neill on deck and Casey in the hole. Nervous times. Yeah, it was a closer play than I would have thought. Hell of an attempt by Witt. Naylor up there with first and second. A productive out to just move these runners up would be helpful for Canada. And that ball gets to the backstop. A curveball that Cal Raleigh was unable to handle. That pitch was not even in the dirt. What the hell happened? Both runners move up. It takes the ground ball double play out of order. There's still nobody out in the inning. What the hell, Raleigh? That's a pass ball all day. Unbelievable. I can't even begin to explain how Raleigh allowed this ball to get through him and allowed 2 runners to move up. The tying runs with nobody out. Just the worst time. Line drive by Naylor is foul off to the right. The count is 1-1. Folks, I mean, this is getting pretty hairy. Pretty hairy. Yeah, Raleigh has not helped the team out. That's for sure. The count is 2-1 on a pitch inside to Naylor. You can't really worry about the runner at third with nobody out. You got to assume he's going to score. What you need to do is prevent that runner at second from moving up and coming around the score. That pitch is low. It's 3-1 to Naylor. You can't really afford to walk him here. There's nobody out. Tyler O'Neill on deck. But you can't give in here either. What do you throw Naylor on 3-1? Bednar has crapped the bed since coming on. Nobody out and a 3-1 pitch with 2 men on. Here it is. Swing and a miss. A splitter. Got Naylor to chase one. Just about in the dirt there. Full count. Naylor shaking his head, but he seems like he's okay with it. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Lifted into the air, but it's popped up on the infield. Third base, Bregman's got it on the dirt. And that is the first out, a huge first out of the inning. Tyler O'Neill is up next, and as much as he's our boy, we don't want O'Neill to do anything here. If we're rooting for U.S., O'Neill is a strikeout candidate. And this is going to be the only time I'm going to ask for him to strike out, please. First pitch is fouled back by O'Neill. 0-1 the count. Still second and third, 1 away for Canada. O'Neill is 1 for 3. The infield is shifted for O'Neill to pull. It's not a heavy shift, but there is a shift. The pitch, swing and a miss. A high heater at 96. Puts the count at 0-2. So Bednar has got some opportunity to get a chase. A couple of chances to maybe throw one out of the zone. Try to get a chase, get this strikeout. 0-2 on O'Neill. The pitch, way high. Easy to lay off for O'Neill. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A base hit more than likely ties this game with 1 out. 2 outs in this spot, a base hit even better. This is a swing and a miss. A tag of O'Neill as that ball was not caught by Raleigh. He picks up the ball, tags O'Neill for the second out of the inning, folks. Bednar trying to get out of this jam.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear? Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Hit the bricks, pal. You're done.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Here's Owen Casey. First pitch, splitter, low for ball 1. Abraham Toro is on deck. Switch hitter. The base is open, but you got to go after Casey right here. The 1-0 is a curveball that drops in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Next pitch from Bednar will be the 20th of the inning. The 1-1. That is swung on and missed. And Team USA is 1 strike away of getting out of this jam. Unbelievable. U.S. fans are making noise. It's probably the most animated they've been the entire tournament. It's about damn time. Let's go. 1 more strike. The 1-2 to Casey. Check swing. No appeal. It's outside. 2-2 the count. That ball just missed the top outside corner. 2-2 on Casey. The pitch. Curveball fouled away. Casey just trying to protect. Flicked it off. Hanging in there with a 2-2 count. A lot of people are standing right now in the ballpark. Another 2-2 to Casey. Here it is. Swung on, fouled back. That would have been ball 3, above the zone. Casey trying to protect. 6 pitches in the at-bat so far. Bednar is ready with another 2-2. Here it is. Hit on the ground, foul. We will do it again. Come on, Bednar. Come on, listen to that crowd. Strike this effer out. The 2-2. That is low and in, a curveball laid off by Casey. The count runs full. Again, Toro on deck. If Casey reaches, Bednar 25 pitches in the inning. It's getting dangerous for a guy that is a one-inning guy. A 3-2 one more time. Swung on and missed. Bednar gets the strikeout. Works out of second and third with nobody out.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Hit the bricks, pal. You're done.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Well, I say when you gotta go, you gotta go.
How about this? Peace, love, dope. Now get the hell out of here.
All right, folks.
It's magic, you know.
2 innings left to play. The U.S. ahead 5-3. We wanted a game. We got one. How about that Houdini act from Bednar? I thought for sure Canada would at least get one back there. That might have taken the wind out of their sails. 2 innings left. You better damn well have Mason Miller ready for one of them. Who do you guys want for the other? Let's see. It'll be Toro, Black, and Naylor due up. Then Clark and Julian at switch left, right, left. I think you go to Clevenger. I think you go to Garrett Clevenger for the 8th. And bring in Miller for the 9th. That's BW's call. If he can't wait till the 9th, he might bring Miller out to finish the 8th even. We ain't messing around. We got a day off tomorrow if we get through. Time for Miller to recover. But the days of not using our best weapons are over. No more messing around. Folks, has the subscriber count moved at all today? We're still on 3750. Wow. All right, folks. I'm begging for new people out there to just give this channel a chance. I'm glad you found the channel. But the channel is, it's a grassroots, independent, low budget, do-it-yourself, community-driven kind of a channel. And the growth really depends on the people. Okay? Subscribing is free. You can tap that button below the screen. Once you've subscribed, you're in. And you don't have to stay subscribed. If for whatever reason you're unsatisfied, you can just unsubscribe. Matt Wilkinson is on in relief, a lefty for Canada. Bregman will lead it off for the U.S. He'll be followed by Anthony and Raleigh due up. First pitch is a strike to Bregman. He's 1 for 3. That's up and in, ball 1. Looks like we're a couple of pitches ahead on the scoreboard that you're looking at on my screen. We're getting to the stage of the game, folks, where I'm probably going to take that info screen down to avoid spoilers. You'll just have to roll with me on the call. That pitch misses, 2-1 on Bregman. Just want to see that sub count tick over one time. Just once. I'm not greedy. We're talking like 5 or 6 subscribers. That'll get us there. The count now is 3-1 on the leadoff man, Bregman. Wilkinson goes into his windup. And the 3-1 is hammered foul, but Bregman way out in front. Full count. Up to 40 likes. Much appreciated. Keep it going, folks. Roman Anthony waiting on deck. Here comes the 3-2. Popped up. Third base side. Foul ground. And out of reach. Into the crowd. Anybody know anything about this Canadian pitcher, Wilkinson? I don't recognize him as being a major leaguer, but for all I know, he might have been in the bigs 8 years ago when I wasn't watching. Payoff pitch. That's foul back. We'll do it again. Wilkinson looks a bit on the older side. Another 3-2 pitch. That one's popped straight up on the infield. Who wants it? Everybody's coming in. The first baseman, Naylor nearly getting in the way of the second baseman. Second baseman makes the catch for Canada. That is what? Edouard Julien over there. First out of the inning. Here in the top of the 8th. Roman Anthony coming up. First pitch is taken for a strike, a slider from Wilkinson. Wilkinson's only 23. Okay. Well, I would have guessed 33. That shows how bad I am. Folks, I'll never work a carnival game where I guess your age, okay? That pitch is high. 1-1 on Anthony. 23-year-old in the Cleveland organization. Got as high as high A ball last year. All right. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Bednar's been on the Yankees since last year. He's entering this season as their closer, with Devin Williams moving on. Another failed experiment by the New York Yankees. 1-2 on Anthony. 1 out, nobody on. We're in the top of the 8th. The U.S. have a 5-3 lead on Canada. The pitch. Hit in the air to left. Gonna be playable toward the foul line. And the catch is made out there by Casey for out number 2. All right, Cal Raleigh. He has scored a run tonight. That's been the highlight of his tournament. Otherwise, it's been an 0-for. He drew a walk and scored, but otherwise 0 for 2 tonight and 0 for the series. He's also had a pass ball error behind the plate tonight. A 10th round draft pick, so pick number 300 something. Oof. Hey, he got picked. I didn't. Swing and a miss. Raleigh goes after one. The count is a ball and a strike. 2 down. Bases empty in the bottom of the 8th. This is the last chance to add on. Wait, we're in the bottom of the 8th? We are. No, it's the top of the 8th. We're about to go to the bottom of the 8th. I'm sorry. I looked at the ESPN page, which is ahead of me, which means that Raleigh's about to make the 3rd out. Damn it. Slide off to the right for a foul ball. Folks, we're going to have to, for the remainder of the game, I think, take the info off the screen. You're going to have to just follow my voice for the rest of the trip home. Hopefully you've got your game synced up with me and you don't have to have anything spoiled and we can share these moments together. Swing and a miss. Raleigh strikes out. Wilkinson is pumped. Raleigh is still hitless in this tournament. And now we go to the bottom of the 8th. The U.S. lead at 5-3. Canada has 2 more trips to the plate. Let's see who's due up for the Canadians. Cal Raleigh. It's going to be 5, 6, and 7. Abraham Toro, Tyler Black, and Bo Naylor. Toro is 1 for 3. Black is 1 for 3 with an RBI. And Naylor 2 for 3 with that 2-run homer. A switch hitter followed by a couple of lefties. And once again, I'm saying go to Garrett Clevenger here. Go to Garrett Clevenger here. I don't know if he's warmed up or not. No changes yet made on the ESPN page. Bednar should surely be out of this game after 1 inning, having to throw 26 pitches. He danced out of trouble. He's still got a ERA of 0 in this tournament, but he's done. And we got lefties coming up. Garrett Whitlock? What? What? Whitlock? Yep, there he is. Just popped up on my side. I don't think Rogers is on the roster there, Michael. They did add Will Vest as a bullpen arm, but he's from the right-hand side. You already used Gabe Spear. And we're not even going to talk about Ryan Yarbrough. I'm not even sure if Yarbrough's still on the team. He might have been one of the guys that was taken off the roster to make room for a couple of new guys. Will Vest being one of them. I can't remember off the top of my head who the other one is. If the U.S. do get to the final, they have a chance to make one more roster change, and they've already said what it's going to be. And it'll be Joe Ryan, a starter for the Twins, who could potentially start that final over Nolan McLean. Defensive changes. Buxton is in the game. Byron Buxton is in center field. Pete Crow Armstrong will move over to left, and Roman Anthony now out of the game. Thank you, Bam. I can't believe they went to Whitlock here. First pitch is called a strike. Hopefully it works. He's ahead here of Toro, 0-1. Whitlock with a 2.25 ERA with the Red Sox last season in 62 appearances. That pitch up and away, 1-1 the count on Toro. Toro. Hey, if Whitlock gets him 1-2-3, I'll be happy. That ball's hit hard to right, but making the catch is Judge toward the gap in right center for the first out. Well, that was a sigh of relief. That ball was hit pretty hard off of Whitlock, but right at Judge, who just had to take about 8 or 9 steps to his right there to make the catch. All right, it's Tyler Black, 1 for 3. He struck out his first 2 times up, but in the 6th he had a base hit and drove in a run and came around to score in that 3-run inning. Swing and a miss. 1-1 on Black. I hope Gunnar gets a chance to start one more game in this series. And again, we're assuming that we're moving on. I don't know if we should assume quite yet. 1-1 is hit in the air by Black. Down the right field line. It's going to hook out of play, foul. 2 strikes on Black. Yeah, let's just get there. If we don't get there, then nobody's playing at short or third base. The 1-2 pitch, fouled away by Black. We'll do it again. Bo Naylor will come up to hit next. Whitlock into his delivery. Swing and a miss, a changeup, and that was a dandy. All right, Garrett, I see you.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear? All right.
Fair enough. Got the first 2 outs. Looking pretty good. 4 outs to go. 2 down, nobody on for Bo Naylor, who hit a 2-run homer his last time. First pitch, check swing. They appeal. He didn't go. Ball 1. 2 for 3 on the night for Naylor. Bo, not Josh. Josh is 0 for 4. The 1-0. That's a line drive caught by Turang at short. He had to do a little, what would you call it? It wasn't even a jump. It was like a skip. Turang skipped his way to catch that ball. And that'll end the inning, folks. We are going to the 9th with the U.S. ahead 5-3. Yep. Again, I will gladly say, hey, things worked out with Whitlock. I would not have gone to him there, but he was very effective. Credit to him. Who knows? He's facing some major league hitters in that inning. Maybe he's got some success against the likes of Toro, Black, and Naylor in the past. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. But the U.S. still have Clevenger available if they need to go to another lefty for some reason. But at this point, get up Mason Miller for the 9th. And let's move on to face the Dominican Republic Sunday night. Man, oh man, that's going to be tough. Again, I'm not counting my chickens, folks. The U.S. still need to get 3 outs on Canada with a 2-run lead. But, yeah, Dominican Republic, that lineup. You tell me, folks. I think it's better than ours. At least from a, maybe if I look at the defense of those players, I'd have to look back. Maybe we have the edge defensively, but man, on offense, that team is loaded. Does anyone else feel like the U.S. doesn't have a shot? The offense is stacked. Well, I'll tell you, JKP, the only reason why I think we do have a fair chance is that Paul Skeens is going to start that game. And again, I'm not saying it for the first time tonight, so I apologize for repeating myself. But we should all know that a pitcher, when he's on, if you're an elite pitcher, that always has an advantage over even the strongest of lineups. Good pitching will shut down good hitting. So if Skeens can do his thing, keep the Dominican side from, putting up a large number on the board through 5 or 6 innings, it should be a competitive game. Bryce Turang is up. Wilkinson is on the mound. We are in the top of the 9th, and we're already on a 2-0 count to Turang. It'll be the 9-1 hitters to follow. That pitch misses, 3-0. Wilkinson falling behind here to the leadoff man. There is a called strike on the inside edge. 3-1 the count to Turang. Turang has gotten better and better with each year. 218 a couple of years ago, 254. Actually, 3 years ago now. 254 a couple of years ago, and then hitting 288 last season. He draws ball 4. It's a leadoff walk, and Turang needs to be running. Turang needs to be on the move early in this count. Pete Crow Armstrong's coming up, a left-handed batter. Turang is a base stealer. Don't want to hit into a double play. You want to get that runner in the scoring position early. First pitch, hit on the ground, over the mound. The shortstop picks it up, hits the second base bag, throws to first in time. And there's your frickin' double play.
Meep, meep.
Stop it all.
That was a nice play there at shortstop by Otto Lopez. 2 down, nobody on for Bobby Witt Jr. And the first pitch is outside for ball 1. I mean, what is the deal with the lack of letting us know who's getting up in the bullpen? Surely somebody's up in the U.S. bullpen. Wouldn't you want the audience to know who it is? We're talking about somebody coming in to close this quarterfinal. Bobby Witt Jr. with a 2-0 count. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. I just heard the announcer say the name Mason Miller, so I'm assuming that means he's getting loose. That pitch is outside. It's 3-0 on Witt. We are in the top of the 9th, 2 down. Last chance for the U.S. to add on to this 2-run lead, and that one is a called strike. Witt thought he had ball 4. Three and 1 on Bobby Witt Jr. If it gets any farther, Harper's on deck. Judge in the hole. 3-1 pitch is outside. That'll bring up Bryce Harper. 2-out walk to Bobby Witt Jr., and he should be off to the races. Terang, if he took off on that first pitch, maybe we avoid that double play. No double play to worry about now. We've already had it. But it'd be nice to get Witt up in the scoring position. Bryce Harper at the plate. First pitch is a little bit outside for ball 1. And Harper has had a pretty rough go of it. If we can get Witt to second, all we're asking Harper to do is just get a single. 1-0 the count, the pitch. That one's at low and away. 2-0. A little more difficult for Witt with the lefty on the mound, but Bobby Witt is one of the best base runners in baseball, if not the best. I think he can steal off this guy. 2-0 pitch. Ball 3. There may not be a need to try to steal. Harper's got a 3-0 count. And Wilkinson, this has to be his final batter with the righty Judge on deck. If they walk Harper, there's nowhere to put Judge without pushing the runners up. And that is a called strike. Harper can't believe it, and he's got a reason to be upset. That was ball 4. 3 inches above the zone. Harper, not for the first time tonight. He's already had a tough tournament, and this umpire, for the second time tonight, has squeezed. Well, not squeezed. You squeeze a pitcher. But he's basically screwed over Harper there. That should have been ball 4. 3-1 the count. 2 down. The pitch. Swung on and missed, and now the count has gone full. And Harper is probably fuming right now. Why am I saying probably? He's fuming. Crowd's making noise. Full count. 2 down in the 9th. The pitch from Wilkinson. Swing and a miss. Wilkinson's pumped. Harper's got to be upset. But he needs to put it behind him. We are going to the bottom of the 9th. The U.S. cannot add on. And they're showing the umpire on the screen right now as if to say, yeah, buddy, you're the reason why Harper didn't get a walk. Folks, where are my bees at?
Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Oh, my eyes! Eyes!
All right, I am going to go in and check my live number of subs. I swear, I needed like 5 tonight. And we would have moved that meter once. Why am I so bad at this? We're still 4 away from making that sub count move up once tonight. 4 subscribers. How can I do it, folks? We've got 56 people here right now. I am convinced not all of you have subscribed. Now, if you're new, you're probably going, who's this guy? I don't know you. Why are you complaining about your subscriber count? Please, don't let first impressions dictate everything for you. I'm a good guy, and I call a good game. We're just trying to get this channel growing in time for opening day, folks. If you're not subscribed to the channel, might I convince you to give it a whirl? It's free. It helps the channel grow. It lets YouTube know it's a channel worth checking out. They push you up in the algorithm. Makes it easier for other people to find the channel. That's how we've gotten as far as we have. We've started from the bottom, now we're here. Mason Miller is on to get the final 3 outs. Everybody who knows anything about baseball knows that Mason Miller throws absolute gas. Hitting 100 is nothing. It's whether or not he goes 102, 103. This guy can throw 100 miles an hour with his left hand, probably. Let's see who Canada has due up here in their final chances. It's going to be Jacob Young pinch hitting here for Denzel Clark, a lefty in for a righty. Here we go. Young with a swing and a miss. 101 on the gun from Miller. Young is hitting 200. I'm going to assume he's gone 1 for 5 in the series. Yep, there it is, 1 for 5. That pitch is in there, a slider from Miller. And it hits the bottom inside corner for strike 2. If you're a batter with an 0-2 count against Mason Miller and you just saw a slider, what the hell are you going to do now? 0-2 pitch. Reached for and fouled away. Young gets a piece of a slider and hangs in there. After Young, the second baseman, number 9 hitter Edward Julian is due up, and then top of the order Otto Lopez. Canada needs to get 1 base runner. If they do, Josh Naylor will come up as the tying run. That pitch is up and away, a ball and 2 strikes. Both teams are leaning over the dugout railing for this final frame. At least if you're rooting for U.S., you're hoping this is the final frame. We don't want to go extra innings, folks. No, we don't. Cal Raleigh jogged out to have a brief chat with Mason Miller about something. The count is a ball and 2 strikes on Young, leading off the bottom of the 9th. Miller is ready, and the pitch, way up and away, 2-2. Miller's ready for his 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Oh, laid off, a slider low and in, and the count runs full on the leadoff man. Miller, you enough with the slider, bro. Just go with the gas. Honestly, you got that 1 slider in there for a strike to keep the batter honest. Now just blow him away. 3-2 pitch. A heater at 102, fouled away. Late on the swing is Young. Just keep doing it, man. Go up the ladder a little more. Go up the ladder a little more. That was a little too in the middle of the plate. 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3. And that was borderline on the inside edge at 102. What are you supposed to do with that pitch?
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
I mean, that's 2 or 3 inches inside off the plate, in on your hands at 102 miles an hour. What the hell are you supposed to do? 1 down. Here's Julian. He looks at a slider that tried to hit the back door but missed. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 more outs to go. Come on, Charm City chat. Hit those hearts in the chat if you got them. Hit those animated hearts in the corner of the chat. That's how we do it for the Oriole games, and we're trying to get these final outs in the 9th. Julian's 1 for 2 with a walk. 1-1 the count on him. Pitch from Miller. That one is swung on and missed. At 102 from Miller. 2 strikes on Julian. Crowd is on their feet. They are rising. This is not for the final out. This is for out number 2, but they want to see a strikeout from Miller. The 1-2. Fouled away. Again, 102 on the gun. Another 1-2 from Miller. That's a slider swung on and missed. Or did he get a piece? Oh, he just got a piece to Julian. His body language had me thinking he was making his way back to the dugout. But he did just get a piece of that ball as it landed a few feet in front of the plate. It's still 1-2. The next offering from Miller. Outside by some distance. Julian did not offer at all. It's 2-2. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We're at the stage of the game now where I'm taking this info off the screen. Sorry, folks. That's how we're doing it. Pitch called. Strike 3. Bottom of the zone on the inside corner at 102. 2 strikeouts from Miller. 2 down in the 9th.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Folks. One more out to go. Otto Lopez up for the 5th time. He's 2 for 4. First pitch in there for a strike. Only 101 this time. U.S. knocking on the door with a matchup against the mighty Dominican Republic on Sunday night. They are nearly there. Miller squints in, and here comes the pitch. That one's fouled away, and Canada's down to their final strike. Another fastball at 102 from Mason Miller. He's thrown 17 pitches. Let's get him out of here quick so he's ready to go in 2 days. 2 strikes, 2 outs in the 9th. The pitch. Swing and a miss! And Miller strikes out the side in order. Team USA advance. They beat their neighbors to the north after earlier in the tournament taking care of their neighbors to the south. The U.S. move on to face the Dominican Republic. A final score tonight. Team USA 5, Team Canada 3. Folks, it was never a problem.
It's magic, you know. It's magic. On a magic carpet ride. On a magic carpet ride. You believe in magic. Break out.
Folks, splash it up. Oh, my. Oh, my. Logan Webb gets the win. Miller gets his first save. Soroka is charged with the loss. 5-3, USA, the final. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the U.S. 3 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error for Canada. Webb, 4 2/3 innings, did not give up a run, scattered 4 hits and a walk, struck out 5. He has an ERA in this tournament through 2 starts of 1.04. Brad Keller got an inning of work in. Did give up 2 earned runs. He's stunk so far in this tournament. He gave up 2 of the 3 runs to Canada. Gabe Spear gave up the other run. So that little part of the ball game, a 3-run rally by Canada in the bottom of the 6th, that's when things got a little hairy. But David Bednar, that's when it got to the extreme. Bednar came in to pitch the 7th inning and allowed runners to get to 2nd and 3rd with nobody out when that game still just a 2-run cushion. But he was able to get the next 3 batters without anybody scoring. He got out of that jam. Garrett Whitlock pitched a brilliant 8th inning, just threw 10 pitches and got a strikeout in that mix. Fantastic. And then Mason Miller. What more do you want? He struck out the side in order. He blew everybody away. That's why you have him in here. And that's it, folks. Final score 5-3. Team Canada, some bright spots for them. Bo Naylor hit that 2-run homer. That was the big blow in that 3-run rally for them. Otto Lopez had a couple of hits at the top of the order. Tyler Black had an RBI base hit and a run scored. Otherwise, a lot of this lineup, Josh Naylor going 0 for 4 really hurt. And you look at the 2, 3, 4 batters, we expect to see some help from the bats. They combined to go 1 for 11 with no RBI and a run scored. Left on base, the U.S. left 6, Canada left 7. Let's see if there's anything else worth mentioning here. Cal Raleigh had that pass ball. That was just, what was that? I definitely want to see Will Smith starting in the semifinal. That is for sure. Bregman had a 1 for 4 night. He's hitting a $182 in this tournament. I think there's an argument to be made to allow Gunnar to have a chance to start a game. Gunnar's been fantastic. Hopefully we'll see him. Not sure who the Dominican Republic might throw out there to pitch. Let me see if I can look that up. I'm going to look up Dominican Republic semifinal pitcher. See if anything pops up on my Twitter feed for that. If anybody has any info for that, well, I guess I put in too much information. I get no results doing that. Here's a tweet about the Dominican Republic from Jeff Passan a couple of hours ago. The Dominican Republic mercy ruled Korea on an Austin Wells 3-run homer. The final was 10-0. They are an unrelenting machine and have treated this tournament like their play toy. They face the winner of the game we just watched, which is us. So, yeah, it's going to be... Yeah, we beat Canada 5-3. Canada, you know, we were the better side, but it was not like a blowout by any means. It was not some lopsided matchup. And we got beaten pretty badly by Italy. It took us half a game to get on the board against Great Britain. They had a 1-0 lead on us for half a game. And Mexico kept things close with us. Meanwhile, Dominican Republic, not a good offense? Yeah, you better retract that statement. What are you, insane? What a hot take that is. Dominican Republic don't have a good offense. Okay. Was there an app that told you that? We don't have a good lineup. Okay, which app told you that? This lineup is capable of putting up double-digit runs in any given game, folks. They just need to lock in, okay? We got a couple of guys in this lineup that are not locked in right now. Cal Raleigh. I'm going to bet you a dozen donuts, Cal Raleigh will not start the semifinal. It will be Will Smith. He knows all about playing in big games, all those years with the Dodgers. And I would say Bryce Harper is going to stay in the lineup despite his struggles because Goldschmidt is the alternative, and that's not much of an upgrade. Some of these guys, you just got to understand, a few games, you know, this happens to the best hitters. You might go a few games without doing much. Doesn't necessarily mean you can't do something the next time around. But when you do have a better option out there, you should use the better option. So in the case of Cal Raleigh, he's done nothing. Will Smith has done something. Go to Will Smith. In the case of Bryce Harper, he's done more than nothing, but not a whole lot. But the alternative is Paul Goldschmidt. You stick with Bryce Harper. Okay? I think the only question marks is Pete Crow Armstrong going to stay in and play center field, or you go back to Buxton? And then Gunnar Henderson is the other question. They're going to have to figure out a way to get Gunnar in the lineup and figure out who to sit if they do. You're not going to sit Bobby Witt Jr. If you're going to sit Terang, that would move Bregman to second. They might not want to do that. I feel like the only way this is going to realistically happen for Gunnar is if Bregman just sits. We'll see if they do that. Yes, the Dominican Republic is next. Thank you for that update. Star Wars, did you go away for a while? Yeah, that was kind of the first thing we talked about. I think we talked about it like in the 5th inning. That's next. Yes. We're all quite aware, but thank you for that update. Okay, terrific. God. I tell you what. Right, what else is there to do? You're not here. All right, well, you might want to assume that we know who we're playing next instead of coming in acting like we're all oblivious to what's going on. You know? You might just want to assume we know already. You know? Just throwing that out there. Okay. Sunday night. What time does this start? Is it another 8 o'clock start? Let me confirm this, and then I'll be on my merry way. Do. Here's the schedule. You posted the projector starter for the Dominican Republic. Oh, Luis Severino. Oh, I'm happy with that. Severino can absolutely put up a stinker. And he's prone to giving up the home run ball as well. Yeah, I'm good with that. Go with Severino. I'm not saying we're going to easily handle him. You know, Sevy on a good day can shut down an offense. But I know, like, for example, tonight they went with Christopher Sanchez. I would much rather face Severino over Sanchez. And again, now that we know that there's going to be a right-hander, I probably want Pete Crow Armstrong in that lineup, and you could put in Gunnar for Bregman and have lefties stacked to the gills. And you can always play matchups and bring in Bregman for Gunnar or Terang, or bring in Buxton for Terang, or excuse me, for Crow Armstrong later in the game. But yeah, let's stack these lefties. Plus, I want Raleigh to sit, so Smith, the righty, comes in. So you lose that spot from the left side with Raleigh being a switch hitter. Yeah, let's get as many lefties in here. That makes sense. So my lineup has Smith behind the plate, Harper at first, Terang at second, Witt at short, Gunnar at third, Roman Anthony in left, Pete Crow Armstrong in center, Aaron Judge in right, and Schwarber as the DH. That would be my lineup. Let me know what you guys think. Right. Just again, want to verify that start time. I'm looking up for it. I'm looking for a new love, baby. A new love. All right, here's the bracket. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm looking. It's in my way. Here it is. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock on Sunday, folks. So 7:45 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be back on the air to cover Dominican Republic against the United States. There are a couple of games on tomorrow, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, East Coast time, Italy against Puerto Rico. And tomorrow night at 9 p.m., Japan against Venezuela. That should be pretty lit. I'm probably going to enjoy that one. I'm not going to get up at 3 a.m. to watch Italy and Puerto Rico. And I think I'm just going to sit back, relax, and enjoy, without calling, Japan against Venezuela. All right. Otherwise, next game on the channel will be in about 13, 14 hours. Tomorrow, early afternoon, the Orioles will be playing the Pirates. And I hope you'll come back, even if you're not an Oriole fan. I hope you all will join me for that one tomorrow. One last check on the subs. Wow. Just could not get it going tonight. We got 19 subs on the Italy versus Mexico game, a game that didn't even feature the United States. We started the night at 3750. Folks, we are one subscriber away from 3760. One. I'm looking at the live count right now. It's 3759. If you are still here and you're unsubscribed, if you do it now, you'll see that number on the screen change to 3760. It would make my night. And that's all I'm asking. I don't want any money, donations, nothing. Just sub. It's free. Let's make that number move one time. If you're in the vertical side, it doesn't matter. Anybody watching. Please, with sugar on top. Let's go. Yeah, Phantom, you've been doing great work, man. Honestly. In every aspect of modding, I really can't ask for better than the work Phantom's been putting in. He's been keeping up with everything. He's been providing some great stats on some of these obscure players. You know, doing the research while I'm calling the game. That way I don't have to try to do that on top of everything else. So, yeah, folks, a little golf clap for Phantom, folks. Really happy with the work. I am lucky to have you on board, buddy. I will enjoy it as long as it lasts. Folks, I am, at this point, I'm riding the clock out. I'm just so wanting that one more subscriber tonight. Really want it. I'm staring at the board. If anybody's still here, maybe you got a friend you can ask. Maybe you got a second email account you can register with to sub it up. Anything to get one more before I get out of here. I can't help it, folks. While I wait, I do want to thank again, it was BAM coming in with a Ko-Fi donation, helping to start a new chair fund. By the way, folks, would you like to see the chair that I've been using now for going into my third season, calling all but maybe 8 to 10 games at the end of last year? This is the chair, folks. Are you ready for this? Look at this. Folks, imagine sitting in this thing for 4 hours at a time. 3760! Folks, the begging, the desperation, it's worked. 3760. Man, I really gotta work. Folks, you see how hard I gotta work? I mean, just short of like stripping for subs over here. Thank you so much. And now it's back to the 3750s. Somebody just unsubscribed so that we can not celebrate anymore. Is that what happened? Or am I not looking at the live screen? I don't know. It says 3760. Yeah, we're there. All right, I better sign off while it still says 3760. Let's get out of here while the getting is good. I'm going to see if there's a place I can send you to redirect to a buddy that might be calling a game of some sort right now. I'm not sure what it might be. It's coming up on 11:30 East Coast time. There is a lot of college hoops out there. Could be somebody doing something. Hey, it's Dr. DeLay, and it's college hoops. Nevada at Utah State. All right? Folks, if you don't want to hang around for college hoops, I'm not expecting you to, but do stay around long enough for this redirect to go through. You'll be redirected to Dr. DeLay. Just give him a like and say hello. Let him know the BirdWatcher sent you, and then you are done for the night, I promise. We'll be back again here for Orioles Pirates tomorrow afternoon. Hope you'll join me. And if you're only here for the World Baseball Classic, I'll see you again on Sunday night. Coverage for that will start at 7:45 p.m. Eastern. Once again, thanks to everybody involved with everything going on this channel. It really means a lot to me. This is my baby. This is my passion. There ain't nothing else I want to do except call Oriole games and document their road back to winning a pennant after 43 years of waiting. I am not going to stop. That's what I'm here for. So if you like to hang out with somebody who's dedicated, who's passionate, maybe even has a little bit of knowledge. Oh, let's not take it too far. I'm your guy, all right? It's been a good hangout. The U.S. has won. We're moving on to play the Dominican Republic, and man, it is going to be a really tough one. I think we're underdogs. But that's okay. It's going to make it all the more exciting if we do, in fact, win. All right, folks. That's it. Dr. DeLay's coming up. Until next time, this has been the BirdWatcher, and I will chirp at you later. Take care, folks. The U.S. has won. See ya.